This program is rated MA. It contains adult themes, coarse language, sexual references, and violence.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's Open Comms. It's Friday. We're back. I'm Drayden. We got Dirk. We got Rain. We got Brisk is like, make sure everything's ready. Well, that's Manic Velocity over there.
God damn it.
Brisk.
Oh my fucking god, you're fired.
LB.
I told you on purpose to get it
I
right.
thought I was ready. Blastum is
Oh,
here.
Jesus
And
Christ.
also joining us, Blazing Buddy, FC for NCTA, also running for CSM. How's it going, man?
Holy shit, people. Hold on. We had as many people to start the show as the votes that Blazing Bunny is probably going to get. 36. I'm calling it
There you
now,
go.
36.
Hey, joke's on you, man. I got all a horde and fucking like TSC and bot on my side, my guy. So it's like 38
TSC?
tops. That's Pantsu Fams Alliance. Skeleton Crew. Shout out to Pants if he's watching.
But yeah, unfortunately, Alpha Star Pilot had to back out. He had a church meeting to go to, and it came up all of a sudden. So yeah, he had to back out. So I don't know.
Potentially
I don't know
my
what we're
Lady
gonna do
Scarlet
now.
later.
He has broken Rain's heart.
I know.
I'm really sad now. I was hoping I get to see him. And be like on the same comms as him. It's like my dream.
It is sad. It is sad. It is sad. Yeah. So I was away last week. I had to go to a fucking wedding. I hope you guys held off talking about the Game of Thrones finale.
I think
No, we totally talked about it.
You guys did talk about it?
Not a
We
ton,
talked
though.
about it.
I think we kind of
Oh,
blazed
good.
through it.
All right,
lot.
good. So you know what we can do? We can do like Redux because Brisk wasn't here last week. Not that he has HBO or anything, but like I wasn't
Right.
here.
Yeah, because I didn't watch the show or anything.
Maybe if I make it to the end, then we can like go back and get some more thoughts on that. But I did want to throw a shot right out of the gate. Excuse me. Oh my god, something in the back of my fucking throat again.
Are you choked
It's
up?
Tito's, isn't it?
Yeah, no, not yet. But I do want to do a shot right out of the gate because unbeknownst to me, I didn't realize this. Apparently a couple of days ago was the 3-year anniversary of the Harambe massacre, and you know what? Shots out for Harambe.
Wow.
Takes out.
Shots out.
Never
These-
forget.
Never forget. These are the kind of like moments where it's like it should be like just totally in your memory on that day. Where were you and things like that. But no, I had to be reminded today, and I fault myself for that.
Commissar, thanks for the 4 months. Roderick, thank you for the subscription.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I'm doing your job while you're fixing my name, Drayden.
I fixed your name a while ago. It's already ready. Yeah, so,
Oh, I'm very proud of
I
you.
mean, we could just break right into the fight, because I think
The
that's
biggest
part
news
Hold on,
first.
Apparently, Mrs. McGurk wants to come say hi. So.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Hold on. You
Happy
gotta put
anniversary,
headphones on
by the
before you
way.
can pretend to hear them. She wants to come say hi because apparently we've also got a group of what was supposed to have been a group of my daughter's friends. Some of my daughter's friends coming over tonight has now turned into this thing upstairs, and my wife is like, why are you not up here with me? And I'm like, because I'm speaking to the peoples.
I'm working, baby.
I'm doing the show.
You can't hear it.
I heard it twice.
You hear it twice.
Thanks to the sub.
That's not good.
Thanks for sub Haruga. Thank you.
You
Oh,
gotta,
I know
you
why
gotta
I heard it
mute.
twice.
You gotta mute it.
I gotta
Yeah,
mute
Dirk.
the stream.
Mute the stream.
You have to say I'm hearing it twice, but it's delayed.
Well, that would be twice. That would be
Are you still hearing it twice?
Anything.
You're not hearing anything? Oh, I know why. Because I got to open up TeamSpeak on your side.
Oh, shit.
Technical difficulties. Let's all just work through this. You know, it's not as bad as last week.
We want to talk to Kate, not you.
I know.
And
I wasn't prepared for this. I was waiting for fucking Dab Boy to come, and like I still wasn't prepared.
Last week went
Who's
well.
Dad Boy?
Dirk would have been upset last week because he's a proponent of the front to back method, and we didn't do that. So,
you know, you have to be nice to him, especially when like you're like trampling on things that he holds sacred, like the front to back, which he yells at us all the time about.
Look, front to back.
Kate,
back
can
to
you hear
front,
now?
Side to
I
side.
can.
Yeah, she can hear now.
okay. We're
Happy anniversary, by the way, and I'm sorry that your house was invaded by McGurk Jr.'s friends.
Apparently, Brisk and his lovely wife were also married in the same exact month. How coincidental!
Well,
I can't
close.
believe Wait, it wasn't May.
Next week is June.
Oh,
That's
dude,
what-
you're a fucking June guy. It's like, you know
Yes.
what? Shut the fuck up. If you can't roll May like a baller, like,
Dude.
please don't.
Throwing
Just stop.
heaters because of June.
I picked a date that I would always remember, which was June 6th. So D-Day is my wedding anniversary. I will
Oh.
never forget that.
You picked to get married on D-Day.
Totally
Hell yes.
romantic.
It was a great.
Yo,
It
you
was a
could-
great
you
Did
could
you tell
Saturday.
her this?
I
She
came
knew
down. I came down the aisle taking shots.
It's like storming the beaches at Normandy, baby.
Yo, you could go see fucking Saving Private Ryan in theaters. They're
There you
bringing
go.
it back.
Yeah.
Correct.
And feel exactly the same way. Whereas I sat there and said, "Fuck it, May is beautiful." It is. You know, I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. For the one time in my life, I didn't say shit. She absolutely picked all that stuff, and like, it was beautiful, wasn't it? It was great.
It was great.
Fucking outstanding. May is literally the best month ever to
party
get
ever.
made. Like, for all those people that sit there and say fall weddings and shit, like, forget that. You may have a hurricane roll through. You may have all kinds of crazy shit roll through. And I'm talking completely from an American standpoint, totally xenophobic about, like, you know, all that other shit about, like, when people have weddings in other places and shit. But, yeah, May is, like, definitely the fucking time in America to have a wedding.
I don't agree with that. I like May. May is a good month. But June is like, at least in Washington, June's like the perfect time.
I got
No,
married
June
in March.
can get
and
hot,
it's
That's
not-
how it works.
I would
It
say he,
depends where you
It
live,
depends.
though.
It wasn't bad. We had a good time. It was
he
not
mentioned
bad.
he mentioned hurricane, so I imagine he got married somewhere in the south.
I feel brisk that by doing it in June, you were just looking for a discount. Like a
Fuck,
Virginia,
yeah,
May-
I could have
May
used
is
one.
for
potential
the hottest
heat
month.
wave in June kind of Virginia discount.
I gotta
Why do you
find
guys
the
get
article
heat waves in June?
about it.
Isn't the hottest month like
July
July
is
and
nice.
August get like fucking
Yeah,
heat
July and
blasted.
August, forget it.
And
My
this is the
sister
worst
got
freaking
married
part,
in
is that
July,
Briss is
and
gonna
my
pull
Yeah,
mom
up.
was
August is
like,
bad in DC.
Briss is gonna
You don't
pull
wanna
up
do
this
August.
article where it got covered that him and his wife got married, and I don't have that, so like whatever. I can't compete. Whatever. That's like fucking.
There you go.
We stop talking about weddings.
Damn it! I gotta find this.
Sorry.
fucking article.
Why, Rain? Why don't you want to talk about weddings?
Damn, ASB doesn't show
Weird.
up and you don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, my
What the
heart's broken.
fuck?
salty.
Can we just talk about like darkness and pain and salt?
No.
We'll get to SH1 later. Wow, I really feel like you rolled that to me as kind of like a bit that I should come back
It wasn't
with.
even
and, like,
SH1 though. It
Just
was
lined you up.
It was WH tag, wasn't it?
Whatever.
But it
Like,
was over
the
it was over
SH1
SH1. We're not
infrastructure.
getting there yet, though. We're not getting there yet. We'll get to that in a little bit. I think. Look, honey, my dearest one, could you pour me the bottle because we have another shot to do here. Are you going to do a shot with us? You are going to do a shot with
No,
us. You know?
no.
You're
She's
going to do a
not?
shot with us.
Oh.
No, no. You don't want to get all 64-bit with me?
That's disgusting.
Someone's gonna drive to the hospital later.
Shit, my spigot was all like messed up and whatnot. But you know what? We're doing a shot. I wasn't there last night, and I was really kind of sad. But this was kind of a late. This was kind of a late timer that was going on. But given the scope of the fight last night and the 64-bit rollout that happened on Tuesday, as far as the beta goes and whatnot, there was a bunch of people waiting on. Almost every single person that I heard talk about being in that fight last night that was running 64-bit talked about how much smoother it was, and that this is legitimately an op success by CCP thus far, that they are willing to tell everybody else out there, you need to be on the 64-bit client. So I am doing a shot to the fact of, big heavy fucking hitters out there and FCs and whatnot are saying, yep, let's do this. It's better. So shot to the 64-bit team. If none of you do a shot with me, I'm assuming you have something to say, but.
So the 64-bit was good. I actually finally found out how to turn it on a few days ago, and so I ran it last night, and I had max graphics, show all brackets, so all the drone brackets and everything was going everywhere, and I don't think it dropped below like 20 FPS. There was probably at least 1,000 to 1,500 people on grid.
Pretty much everybody I've talked to about it thus far that was running the 64-bit, like people running 4 or 5 up to 8 clients for that fight. Not only did it, whenever you're jumping gates, it was fine. Nobody lost clients. Everything was in max graphics, and it worked. For the first time, I think, in the last ever, everybody was excited to be part of a tie-dye fight. I was actually really shocked.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It was. I mean, to be fair, for it being tie-dye, it wasn't like outrageous tie-dye either. It was just everything was slowed down, which was super nice compared to some other big brawls.
It's not going to change tie-dye. That's not the thing it's going to change,
But
right? It's going to change whether or not you can have things like brackets
Right.
on or drone models
But
or
if
any of those
tie-dye
things.
But I mean, in
combined
general,
with
though,
your-
that fight in general.
Yeah, tie-dye combined with your client getting really choppy and unresponsive makes tie-dye feel worse than it actually should be.
Like,
Not to
I was
mention-
in.
Well, and it's also going to be one of those reasons why you feel as though you disconnect from the server, but really what it is your shit going, I can't talk to that anymore.
Thank you to Clarkina for Twitch Prime and saying, Dirk, that's for you joining initiative.
So, like, Jess was asking, did you lose commands? And I know, like, with my module, so, like, I was flying a command destroyer, so when it was, like, 10% tie-dye, I would click the module, and it, like, cycled, like, it showed that it was activated right away. I didn't have to spam it, or, like, my modules just didn't, like, stay flashing red, which was super nice compared to, like, other, like, tie-dye fights.
I think mine did
And
a little
then-
bit, but I think that was that was when it was down to like 20% tie-dye. So I think that was just the tie-dye waiting to take away.
You were in more of the fight than I was, too. Like, I was skirting the edges, so I was able to, like, keep my camera kind of away from the fight.
Oh, yeah. I was, a lot of the fight, I think Horde was taking most of the primary shots. Like, there was a few times where we were getting shot at, but most of the time it wasn't. It was Horde and the Dreads that were getting shot. So there was a lot of times where us Logi and the NC fleet were just sitting on our hands looking for something to rep, and so I was just kind of scanning around trying to find like what the enemies were shooting at and if they were in range, and I could just throw rep somewhere else. But
the fight was pretty late last night, though, at least U.S. time zone, right?
it was
Yeah.
it was late, but I mean I'm West Coast, so maybe a little bit of bias because it wasn't too late.
If you were East Coast, it was late. But yeah, West Coast.
It was. I mean, that was the
recently.
problem. I missed it because I was out gate camping with the goons until like 11 o'clock last night, and then I went to bed, and all this shit kicked off at like midnight. So I'm kind of pissed that I missed the whole thing.
Was before that though. Like up in like Goons and Initiative and all those guys may have formed at midnight, but the NC, PL, Horde fleets were running probably about an hour and a half before that. So a lot of us, it was a pretty long night, but thank God the server held up. And I heard a rumor that it wasn't even on a reinforced node, which if is true, then that's pretty impressive that nothing fell apart.
As an FC Blazing Bunny, you should submit those node reinforcement requests whenever we have fights like this.
CEO to submit those.
I do have
He has to be a
CEO.
CEO? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes, even I could not submit those when I was on the CSM.
You can't just have
fuck,
random
that's
submitting
so
requests.
shitty.
For as many people and as much stuff was going on in that fight, I had just assumed that it was reinforced because the tie-dye got pretty heavy, but it didn't get down to like, because it caps out at 10%, but then it keeps dropping even below that, so it didn't get to soul-crushing tie-dye, which I would have expected from.
You're holding to the whole 64-bit, and how did the performance hold?
No.
We're not
talking about.
You haven't gotten into like who lost, who won. Like,
No. I wasn't relating that to
ripping
the
people
64-bit
and like getting people all worked up and shit.
No, we're still talking about
I wasn't
service.
The fact that we can have a big fight in tie-dye and nobody's there's like not massive disconnects. Hey, we're in a whole new world of Eve. That's great.
Yeah. No, we weren't talking about the 64-bit there. We were talking about how the node wasn't reinforced and held up as well as it did.
Supposedly. That's what I heard
Oh.
in command channel. I don't know if that's 100% true because I don't think anybody in the north asked for it to be reinforced. Goons might have because they had plenty of warning ahead of time to apply for it.
That could have
Yeah.
been.
It's really kind of sad, right? And this goes back to just to that one point about like how you got to request for a node to be reinforced, right? If there's a major fucking node out there that has gotten attacked, can't there be something that is just like, whoa, shit? Why does it have to be like requested? Like,
Because you
part of
never
room
know.
service
So,
or
Dirk,
some
I mean,
shit.
here's the thing: if you don't know how many of those fights are actually going to happen.
No, you don't
Well,
know. But
so-
like, don't they have a few spare nodes to throw around?
It was an
No.
iHub timer.
No, they
Can't
don't.
it be like in this general area kind of a thing?
It was an iHub timer.
No,
You
it's a
like
big
if it
deal
was a
to have to
computer
do that.
program, it would just anytime an iHub timer comes out into its final timer, it's going to reinforce that node. Probably not.
But the thing is an iHub
they don't
timer
have
is not
they don't
within
have the hardware to
TOSIS.
do that anyway.
So it's
I mean,
not just one system; it's the systems in the constellation.
correct. And the thing is, it's just adding more power. But they do most of the stuff at server reset. Sorry, McGurk Jr. popped in, and I was too busy
Look
looking
at all
at
those
her.
ones.
Jesus.
She wanted
Make
to
it
be the pizza
rain.
guy.
She's
I
got
was like-
$6.
I was like,
That's
dude,
awesome.
It was $8, motherfucker.
Oh,
Tip the
all
pizza
right.
guy.
$8.
That's all I had was like 8 singles. The rest of it was 20s.
Is she actually going to do anything over the summer besides hang out in your house?
Just going to Toronto.
Is she gonna,
She's
Yeah,
going to
she
she getting a
Toronto.
job or
Chris.
anything?
We're gonna get Liddy with her.
She's going to Toronto, where apparently she's going to get Liddy. Okay. She's working over the summer like she would because she's got to pay her fucking
Phone bill.
installment on her fucking phone bill that I was tweeting about earlier this week.
I cannot believe that.
You can't complain about that anymore because that's the standard going rate on phones now, Dirk. I'm sorry.
Dude, no, hold on. There is a huge fucking difference between like if you say a G on a phone, I know we're at the fucking upper end. She was literally at fucking 1250. She's like, I've got to have this screen and this freaking camera. I'm like, you don't take camera shots that you got to zoom in on. You're all Instagram and shit, and it's like that will work just fine.
It's all in the
with
bathroom mirror.
It was ridiculous. I don't want to get totally into it.
Bathroom
It's
mirror.
completely out of it's out of line. $1,250 for a fucking phone.
Let's buy a PC carried around.
$1,250 is
3
fine if
months
you're an
ago, I
adult.
just bought
and you're
her
paying
a
it for yourself.
goddamn new MacBook Pro because she's like, my other one's dying. I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna
and
be
that
able
was
to do
$3
my
grand,
courses."
right? And that was $3,000, right?
I
So
am
there you go.
not
Stop
a
buying
Mac
Apple
guy.
products,
Just for people
Dirk.
out there that understand, I'm a fucking like PC guy. I'm somebody who builds my own fucking rigs and shit. Okay, it's like, and I've got a daughter who like can't get beyond. I need a Mac because like her friend has a Mac and it's like cool to have a fucking Mac and all that kind of shit.
Yuck.
Now that being said, I also can't get off of the fucking iPhone because I feel as though I'm somehow attached to like things and whatnot. But not those things. Literally, I was in there the other day, like while she was getting her phone and her mother was getting her trade down, okay, of her phone, okay. They've got like toothbrushes that the app will measure like where you brush the most in your in your mouth and be like, you need to do more work back here. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I need that.
For reals?
I really need
For
that.
real?
Wait, what?
I'm a. My
I thought he
daughter
was
shows me
making
the
that shit
toothbrush.
up.
It's an electric fucking toothbrush, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And the guy's like, oh, this will tell you with the app in your phone,
It's an eye brush.
whether or not that you're like, brushing all around in the right places for a long enough period of time and all this. I'm like,
All right,
what?
so
It's really
do we need
good
an
for.
app? Can we have an app that
These
does the
kids
front to
grow
back,
up
front
today
to
It's good
back,
for
won't know how
data
to brush
mining.
their
Back
teeth
to front.
before long.
It's really
If
good
that-
for data mining, so then insurance company can deny you dental insurance
But if
for
that
when you have
thing,
issues.
if that thing makes sure I don't have to go back to the dentist like 4 times like I did the last 2 weeks, then I'm down with that.
Nope. What
'Cause
it's gonna do
it's-
is give excuses for why they can't cover you because the way your
See?
habits are.
This is the problem with fucking
Same with a
data
Fitbit.
collection.
When you have a Fitbit and then you're like, oh, I don't work out, but oh, I'm having all these health issues. Then they're like, well, we're not gonna cover you because you're not taking care of yourself.
Because you're not getting your
That's
fucking
what
steps in.
data mining does.
That's not
team.
true. I thought President Obama stopped all of that.
Well, it's not President Obama anymore. It's Trump now.
Thanks, Obama.
Can't build
Thanks,
a wall
Obama.
against data
Thanks,
mining.
Obama.
That
Whiskey
being
of
said-
choice
WH
tonight
check.
is Four Roses small batch. That's what I'm drinking tonight.
Fancy.
Now, let me ask you a question. Does Four Roses have a large batch?
Yes.
Yes, they do. They're made
Is it
of-
for the common man?
Does it come in a handle?
Can I shoot?
I'm sure it does. If you want,
Can you get small batch in a handle, but large batch in a small bottle?
Can I get the small batch and the large batch format? Is what he's asking.
I think what Dirk wants is for us to shovel 20 pounds of shit in a 10-pound bag. Is what he's asking.
We get 64 bits of small batch. Can we get that?
In an 8-bit box. There you go.
Like I see this shit about small batch all the time. I'm always wondering, do you also bottle it in a small? Because that's a relatively small bottle, right? I mean,
how small is the
It's the
batch?
same
if you're
size as
selling
anything
it on
else.
the
It's
internet?
750. It's
it's not the
750
same
milliliters.
size as anything
Same as-
else. This right here is the 750 milliliter.
Yeah,
it's
they're all the
I've also
same.
got another fucking handle upstairs. So I mean,
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, but this is a
because
standard
Taylor's is
size
like,
bottle.
fuck it, whatever bottle you want to buy.
LB's looking at his fucking can.
So 296
8-bit
mil
whiskey,
small batch.
King Aries. I agree
fucking-
with that. That's a
There's,
good one.
there's
whatever.
12-ounce beers and then there's pounders.
It's WH Tech though.
See, now we're fucking the Europeans up and shit.
With the
Jaden, you just want to
like,
talk
not
because you
standard
won.
size in the UK.
Yeah.
They-
gotta
wait a
be
second,
honest.
hold
Oh, that's milliliters.
Stop saying
so it
he
should
won.
totally
You
be.
won too. Like
Yeah,
everybody, unless
we
you're
got
in
a
it in
smug.
Goons,
Nah,
fucking
dude,
won.
fuck Pan Fam. Like, fuck that shit.
What?
We gotta smug it
What are you
up. We're
talking
on the Goons channel and we won.
Hey, we did a shot to the 64-bit client.
You guys should be
Yeah, we did.
smugging up the fact that
No,
you
we
finally
didn't.
fucking undocked for a change.
Yeah, we did.
So there you go.
I've
Congratulations.
been
Not
a
only-
fucking
not only have we
nonstop
No, we
risk.
didn't.
I
So let's
got
go back in
100
time.
kills with a
That dick
Kieran
with Titan,
and
my
one
God.
day.
To the
Loud
64
noises.
to the 64-bit client. For those of you who didn't want to go out there and mass singularity test it or any of that kind of shit, it's like whatever. I couldn't do it because I was at fucking work. But I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all need to fucking click over. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Shots.
I
Get
agree,
your
1,000%.
64-bit
Do it.
undock button and roll.
Also, really quick, one thing I have heard is that there's a lot of people not knowing where to find it. It actually took me some searching to find it on the launcher before you
You gotta hit the
game.
hamburger.
Top right, next to the minimize button,
The
there's a
big
little
giant
option.
64 button wasn't there Clue?
Hamburger,
No, I didn't have a
settings,
giant 64 bit.
Settings?
run clients with 64-bit.
If you
Wait, will
updated
this-
your
Second time
fucking
I've
heard
client
hamburger
to a
and
big giant
today.
64,
Will
you
this
click
delete
on
all
that,
my
it does it all
accounts?
for you.
No,
Didn't have
no,
that.
it will not.
No,
No.
I
It
didn't
didn't
have
delete
that.
mine.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
no,
not
you
true.
had to go to next to the minimize button. There's a tiny little box. You hit that. You go to settings, and in those, there's an option like a checkbox where run using 64-bit.
And then I
You gotta
restart
check
it.
that.
But then there's another
And-
checkbox
well, no, no,
that says, "Are you serious?" Right?
Yeah, well, you check
Oh,
that,
wait,
and then
wait,
you
was
I
that
just
checked
just on
it.
launch day?
check
I
it, hit
checked it.
OK, and then the next time you open a client, it will open it as a 64-bit client.
You do have to restart your launcher if you didn't say that.
Fuck,
Oh.
Train, that's what I asked you.
No, it doesn't drop. No,
Oh.
it doesn't drop your accounts though. Like you
It
just
doesn't.
gotta install.
They
Some
fixed
people
that.
some people say it does, which I'm gonna put into
gonna
the
fucking
random
Commit
category of it might be
Sudoku
you.
on stream.
Is Avalon here? Avalon can tell you. They fixed that bug. It
So
doesn't
at last
make it
time
reset
Avalon
stuff
was here,
every
he
time.
helped me when it actually did lose all my accounts. So.
I have not had a problem since Avalon fixed the launcher.
I have never had the.
Oh my god, my accounts are still here. Nice.
But
What,
yeah,
you,
so
you literally did it right now on air,
yeah, right on now.
or are
now
you
on
just
air.
fangirling right now, where you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna pretend like nothing bad happened."
No, it actually worked.
but
She's
one-
fangirl.
One thing I
I
was
only
gonna
fangirl over Apple Star Pilot.
one thing with the fight I was gonna ask Blazing, since I mean,
I'm gonna fight you
a
over
lot of us
Alpha
know
Star,
what
I'm
was
just
going
gonna
on the
say it.
field,
Try
but
it, Drake.
so kind of a background, like the lead up to the fight, not necessarily like the IHAB getting reinforced.
Drayden
but
has
like
to keep talking about this because this is the only
Wait,
accomplishment they've had in
Yo,
the past
let
6
him
months.
have
Drayden,
his victories.
Drayden,
though.
Hold on, this is
I
the
want-
one
I
time where
want you
I'm
to
not
go to
going
the
on.
show notes and realize how low we put what happened in SH1 last night.
What else is on the
We've
show
already
notes?
covered 64-bit, and
You
I
can't talk
understand.
shit though. Just because you're fucking initiative and you're fucking Goonies.
Because we
doesn't
weren't
mean you
there.
can't talk
So,
shit.
No,
you know,
because
we have to
Because
temper
if
you
you
guys
had one, you'd
bragging.
be sitting here like, oh yeah,
No,
how's that
that's
feel,
not
Pan
what it
Fam?
is.
Oh yeah.
It's because
oh,
it's
yeah,
a
our
big
supers.
topic that we want to build to. Like
No, we should
understand
address
the
it
entertainment
first
industry that
while
we're
we're
in.
sober before we get
What,
trashed.
build
and
to
just
it with
scream
what?
at each other.
Triglavian invasions? How's that build up to that fight?
Well, because that's Invasion 2. We'll get to Invasion 1 in a little bit.
Okay.
So are we still in the
Or not.
marathon
Like,
of
if you guys
invasion
want to roll
streams?
to it, don't let me fucking hold this up.
How do I know if it's working?
So what you do is you open one of your clients, right? And then you do your task manager. And if your
Oh,
client
no.
does not say 32-bit next to it, then it's 64. Or at least that's what somebody told me on comms last night.
That is correct. That is correct.
Disclaimer: I don't know shit all nothing about computers.
How many
And
bits in a
just
bushel?
wait until you get into a big fight and you look at the memory
How many
uses,
bits?
and if it's
Bits are
over
different
4
than
meg,
bits.
How many-
then it's 64-bit.
How many bits in a bushel?
More than 2.
Your mom.
Mine says Eve CCP X file.
And it doesn't say 32 next to it?
No, but my
Then
launcher
good.
says my launcher says 32 bits. Why is my launcher still 32?
Because you're
bit?
running
And
the
thanks, LB,
32-bit
for not
launcher,
playing the
right?
X-File
So
thing there.
did you only click the box with the 64-bit, the checkbox?
Run clients with 64
Your
bit.
your
yeah.
launcher will say 32-bit.
So
Okay.
above
Do you guys
that,
want to
right?
do a walkthrough for everybody else out there so they know how to do this? Because that
No.
would actually be an
I'm like too
educational
retarded
thing
for
that we
this.
don't ever do.
So
Then they
above-
should watch Talking in Stations. That's not what this show's about. Fuck that. We're not here to help people. We're here to
What do we
drink
do,
on
Blazing
air.
Bunny?
you see version type, switch it to beta.
It is beta.
Okay. then
There
it
you
should be
go. Then
working.
you're set. And you're set, Ray. You did it.
Yes.
You should have beta and then 64-bit, and that's all you had to do, to my knowledge.
Go
Okay.
ahead, Rain. Real
Do
quick.
a walkthrough of
Log
the.
the fuck in, warp off, and see what happens.
Don't do
Okay,
that.
so
Tell us.
Rain,
Tell us.
since you're in PanFam, let's say when you log into the game and you're in the station, they changed it. There's this really big orange button that says undock. You're supposed to click that.
MC Doc,
I'm in.
You gotta click on.
Delete it?
I'm just making sure you guys know.
Doc.
Yeah, I think actually
You gotta
they
know
changed
how
the-
to do it.
I think they changed the undock button to a
It's
blue
different.
one, Brisk.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
only
like it.
it's only
Should the
blue if
undock-
you want to look outside.
Here's
So-
here's a new player experience kind of
Wait,
thing.
wait,
Should
wait,
the
what do-
undock button taunt them to do so?
What do I do if it says the jump gate is not properly linked to another jump gate?
That means they reinforce the other side.
That means you're gonna die.
You're fine. Just jump through.
Just
You
stay
can't
there and
jump
wait.
through.
It'll be fine. It'll come online eventually.
A gate agent will be with you shortly.
Oh God.
There you go.
Can
This
Horde
is a lot of
please
secrets.
remove the
However, I don't want to get too late
Paid
into the
charges
fucking
on
show
jumping
before
through
I
the gates.
before I allow these individuals to talk about how this is now a war.
No, it
Because
was,
we had
It's not a war.
it wasn't officially a war until there was a
It's
fight
been
that
a
NC
war
got
for
won.
2
But I'm
weeks.
saying,
Are
like,
you
that-
fucking shitting?
Not a real war until
No,
you guys
it-
win.
it-
We
it-
had a
won.
big
It
fucking
hasn't been a
brawl
war
last
That was a real
week.
war.
until you actually fucking cocked out and got into it. So now
Yo, I have
We
footage
may have a
of
war,
us
but,
fucking
like,
That's a war.
maybe just the tip.
last weekend, Dirk McGurk.
well, like you guys were even wondering, like, why didn't Goons drop capitals? It's because of the waterboarding, and I was gonna, because I understood that we did that, but I don't know the details of like what all went down with that.
Man, I fucking love waterboarding Indy. Hold on. I hate it, like, because it happened to our side and they couldn't get there in time and shit like that. But the whole idea of waterboarding, I just fucking love that in this game.
It was literally like back in Ethereum Reach days when we waterboarded like the whole
Remember
region.
that? Like,
it was
like,
Trail
the
of
whole idea
Tears
of
level all the
waterboarding
way to
goes
get
back
to
like
the
so
system.
long. However,
What do you mean it goes? What do you mean it goes back so long?
It's been a running idea for a long time. Like I remember for the UALX fight, whenever Goons started moving south, and NC Dot's like, well, like, all right, guess we're gonna move south too. It was like a race is on to see who could get the most dictors on the other side of the fucking map to slow the other person down.
Right, that's right. I remember in X47 where they tried to do that to us with all of our faxes on the Fortizar they were staging out of, and it didn't work.
I didn't know the backstory of all the weird stuff that happened around X47, but apparently there was like a lot of random fleets just camping all over the place, and it's like the stuff like that you don't get to hear about because you're stuck on grid and 10% tie-dye and lagging to death. Also, fuck fighters.
There you go. That's why I'm glad that it seems like everybody has finally figured out that super carriers suck, so they're all just getting tight.
It's fighters. Fighters
That's
fucking
exactly. Fighters
suck.
cause all the problem. That's what it is.
You guys
Supers are
remember,
for ratting. That's all they're good for.
We're
in
all
my
on.
opinion.
We're all on that Keepstar grid. It's the armor timer. Doomsdays are flying. There's time dilation, but the lag's not bad. And then all of a sudden the fighters came out, and all of a sudden people are disconnecting, and it sucks to be alive. Fighters are the worst thing. Don't at me.
I will say I'm surprised that you guys didn't
Don't
have any
at me.
problems last night when the chemoing was happening, because that always tends to blow the server up too.
No, I watched. Was Johnny with the Macarials or was he with like the Loki Legions?
So they had two sets of chemo fleets, right? They had the Macarials that didn't do anything, and then they had the Legions that landed on the test
Oh.
fleet at 0. That was my favorite part of the night.
I was
probably.
watching the Macarials. They looked really fucking pretty. It looked like they were doing something at least.
well, who rocked Macarials last night?
Horde.
Horde.
Was that were they chemo?
No, it was
carriers?
not 2016. If
Yeah,
that's
chemo.
what you were gonna ask.
Okay.
Right. And who had the Baltecs?
Goons.
That was Goons. Goons had the
Yeah.
Baltics.
Yeah, our side was most. We had like
You had
what,
Eagles.
We had
Eagles.
3 Eagles fleets, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
NC,
a-
Horde, and
they
PL
figure-
all had the Eagle fleets.
Yeah.
Are they rail eagles or blaster eagles?
Rail.
Real.
Rails.
I think Blaster Eagles.
Would die horribly.
Yeah, is that even a
LB.
thing?
No, it's not a thing.
LB. I need
Yes.
to have you do a shot right now. Like, no, seriously, whatever you got left in that fucking glass. Merely for the fact that, like, you even remotely said Blaster Eagle. Which,
Blaster Eagle.
Honestly, I want to award you in EVE Online for being the first time to have ever been said. However,
Blaster Eagles.
I think Blaster Eagles is a great idea. You guys should
I'm
definitely
sure.
try that.
Yeah, I'll bring
Smodge,
that
first.
right out.
I feel like he
Or do you think you
set
can
us
fly a
up for
doctrine that's
that.
not a
Like,
boost
He's
doctrine?
like, I've only got a little left in my fucking glass,
Ew.
and if I
Ew.
fucking say this,
I'm pretty
Ew.
sure Smotch flew a
I've
Blaster
never-
Eagle.
you've
at
never
some
called
point.
me
no,
shots before.
Smosh didn't do Blaster Eagles. He did Blaster Laser,
MOAs.
fucking like
MOAs.
ridiculous
Blasters
MOA
and
shit.
lasers are 2 different types of guns.
Rainbow lasers are.
He literally was a guy. That,
Yes, he literally threw all kinds of shit on a fucking MOA because he only would fly a MOA.
Yeah, he
with,
would only
like,
fly a MOA,
whatever
but
he
what
could find in port.
Yeah, what he would do is he
Guys,
would
I got
find
a great idea. Blaster Eagles. Nobody's ever gonna figure
no,
it
he
out.
would buy a MOA and
great.
then he would go pick it up and
Hey,
then he would
guys,
fit
we're
it
gonna
only
fucking
with what
brawl
was
like
in that
motherfuckers.
station. He wouldn't. He
Wait,
wouldn't
what
go
you do
elsewhere.
What you do is you pretend you're a sniper eagle fleet, so you have like a handful of booshers, and then you let like the enemies snipe off your booshers, then land at you at 0, and then Blaster Eagles, you counter them. No way will that go
or
wrong.
what really happens
Like honestly,
is they
LB,
snipe off
like
your
right now
boosters
while
and
you're
then they
pouring
come
that
stay
fucking
at
beer,
range and still
get back
murder
to
you.
where you were.
Yeah, correct. What Bunny said.
The well, in
That being
Slice,
said, there are
Slice had a
being
bomber fleet. What-
zealots, right?
Didn't Slice have something else there? Other than, they had that one bombing wing, but they had. Were they? Did they have another fleet as well?
To my knowledge, Slice and Try teamed up for that bombing wing.
Okay.
Has Slice found a home
I
yet?
thought
Slice lives in
Try
Ethereum Reach.
Jackdaws.
They're doing really well right now. I was
So where are
popping
they?
in there
Where,
standing.
where are they now?
Ethereum Reach.
Okay, so they moved over.
Why
All
does
right.
everybody who leaves Guardians of the Dead Galaxy end up out in Ethereum Reach and then like
It's because
die
we just
and then die a harder death than before?
It's because they got kicked out of GOTG, and
I know they did.
Then we blew them up, and we're like, "Hey, we just cleared this region out in drones. You want it?"
There was a.
I don't know if that's actually what happened.
And Drayden, I'm going to throw this out there. You're going to be the only one that fucking knows this. Jody's group that was up with Guardians of the Galaxy, kind of, you know,
I forget the
Darkness
name, but yeah.
or whatever the fuck they were. Like, no, not Darkness, but Guardians of the whatever. Okay, like they left somewhere several months ago or whatever. They went out to the drone regions too, and now they are literally fucking deceased as well. So it's like I'm trying to understand if there's not like a fucking underground railroad of people from Guardians of the Galaxy that end up going out to the drone regions and like still just
they find the
die.
door of the Truman Show.
They
like, to
find
exit
the
Eve.
fucking oh,
Yeah, that's how you win
or
Eve.
whatever.
You end up in the drone regions and then you win.
Yeah, it's the exit.
But
Hey, where does this door lead to?
hell,
man, it's
Exactly.
people fucking ranking on me out there. And you know what? I'm honestly right now wearing my fucking Eve Radio 2014 fucking TNT shirt, and they're fucking ranking on me for like having been part of TNT. But guess what? TNT still survives apparently. You know, from what I understand, and like you know, they are rolling hard. Well, they're rolling, and you know, I'm within it now.
Mayor, thanks.
I've
for
always
like
got to
you.
have a T in the alliance.
Oh,
that I'm
wow,
with.
thank you.
You guys
Come on
gonna
in.
actually like show up to fleets now so we can shit talk each
Yeah,
other?
I was like,
local?
I did. I did. Didn't I?
Oh.
I showed up and I was
Can't
saying
you
nice
guys
things
have
to you,
fucking
Rain,
plates?
and
You
all
were-
of your
you were
friends
at
were
the
being
low
very
side.
mean to you because
You
you're
were-
friends with me.
I know you were at the low sec fight, but I mean, you guys show up to these null sec ones.
Yeah,
so we can
I actually
Well,
was
shit talk
looking
each
eventually,
other.
if it's
I
not
was
at like
looking around.
midnight on a school night, well, the school's out, so I can stay up as late as I want.
What do you?
My kid's in school.
Yeah, I was
have
looking
to
for
be
you
up.
guys because I was like, oh man, it's their initiative. Initiative is here, but it was midnight, so old fuddy.
Tarkin is
duddies.
asking why Init reset snuff. As far as I know, it was a mutual reset. I do not know why.
There is an incredible amount of drama that is related to that. Brisk is not going to talk about it, but in a little while, maybe.
Wait, there's drama?
Yeah, wait.
There's
haven't
This,
heard anything.
drama.
this is some
Drama
shit
with a
that is
reset?
gonna rock the fucking world. If you want to know more, click
Is
here.
it because of the Penef thing? Is that all that bullshit?
Is
I'd
this?
laugh.
Is this a?
I believe that there was a Moloch involved.
Oh
and
my
shit,
god.
I have not heard this from
Oh.
command because I'm not in command channels, but I've heard that a Moloch was involved.
I don't know.
You
Television
guys
sure seem to talk
And
about
your conspiracy theories. So nice.
Wait,
No, honestly,
was
I
there
really don't know.
flex
I don't know
involved?
what happened. So, I don't. Not that I'm aware of. I also don't think there was any Tech 2 or Tech 1 ammo guns or any bullshit meta guns or whatever the fuck what that other theory was.
It was
So I don't-
Triglavian
honestly, I don't know.
industrial materials, wasn't it?
Was it?
Triglavian
Was it
industrial
that?
materials,
Well,
yeah.
it'd be nice if somebody would like start farming this shit so we can take out a Nurgle fleet that doesn't cost like $1 billion ISK for
Like
an
a
assault
Draugr
frigate.
fleet.
I tried to buy the hack today, and someone said, "Oh, I'll sell it to you for $6.5 billion." I'm like, "You could kiss my ass for
Yeah, what are you,
$6.5
nuts?
billion."
Get fucked in the ass. That's
You can
crazy.
just go out
I mean-
and buy the materials for like.
Actually, we could talk about the
should-
Triglavian invasion. So we talked
Well,
about the patch.
Hold on. Because I believe that we have ventured knee deep or neck deep or elbow deep or wherever the fuck
Probably
it
about
is,
waist
like,
deep,
you know,
I'd
is your
say.
thing, into the whole SH1 thing. So I actually do want to hear about the thing that happened after I went to bed, and then when I woke up this morning, it was like, you know, like shit being rained out there, you know, about what went down. So
Let's talk about WH1 then.
was SH1 or the SH1 regional area, the constellational area. Okay, let's throw this out there right now. Is this the thing that tells the North fight back? Or was this just like one of those moments where it was like, nobody expected us to fight back? We did. It fucking actually happened. It came down in our favor, and now we're going to not fight back anymore.
So here's
No.
the deal with that, right? So we're sitting. This is 2 days ago, right? We formed up. Goons have this huge fleet, and its boats fucking strat up from hell. This is the first time the big red boat's been able to fly a battleship doctrine as an FC in the last like what 5 years.
Since
And
Found
you-
War, I think.
I didn't even
Yeah.
realize he was
No,
allowed to do
not
that.
Found-
Yeah.
No, stop it.
Yeah.
It was
You
the
mean-
Found War.
Oh, you're just talking about boat now, right?
Yeah,
Boat.
just boat.
He only runs
Battleships.
bomber
Hold
fleets.
on a second.
Yeah, he's been running bomber fleets since then.
Yeah,
He hasn't run battleships since then. Was
So-
he whelped a bunch of Baltics and then they took the keys
No, the
away from
Tempest
like
fleet.
No,
no
it
more
wasn't.
battleships.
No,
for
he
you.
did Tempest Fleet. He did TFI.
Tempest fleet. Yeah, the TFI is he whelped.
Oh.
To be honest, it's been a couple
Has
of
it
fleets.
been that long?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So they
Boat
picked
has
the-
a beard now, right?
No, not that I know of.
He stopped shaving the day he got his keys taken away.
So they pinged this fleet, right? This boat fleet. Oh, boats flying battleships again. All fucking herf blurf getting fleet. And we're sitting in command, right? And we're like, all right, what are they gonna do? So we watch these dudes gate from KQK all the way to SH1 and reinforce the iHub. And I'm personally sitting in command like, well, shit, I didn't see that coming. So it looked like the typical let's headshot the war. Nothing will look better on Reddit and all that shit. We could shitpost to the end of time if we just kill the iHub and reinforce the SH1 Keepstar. So we herf and we blurf, and so do goons, no matter how much their fucking line numbers can sit in chat and say that they didn't. For this timer, we form up early, drop jammers all over the place, and jam out the entire constellation. And then we wait. They set it, they form, we form, and we catch them on the gate, and the fight ensues in WH dash.
Hold on. What happened to all the jammers in the constellation? Still up?
Yeah.
They were trying to make the IHUB timer. They didn't have time to take those down.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's why we had to form so early, is because we had to cover the jammers.
That was what made me miss my run.
All right. So carry on. I was just asking.
I mean, the rest you kind of know. All of us engage on the WH dash. Elo comes in Munins. All of PanFam seems to be in Eagles because, you know, the flavor of the month and all that shit. And it's a good old fight.
You say Elo. Who is the Elo of which you speak?
The Elo of Knights of the
The
fraternity.
Elo of Knights?
The Elo of Knights.
Knights of the Elo.
The
Formerly
Knights of
known
the-
as the King of the North?
Yeah.
Protector of
It's
pederasts.
so weird that they're in fraternity now.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, we
Second
went
of his
there.
name.
Shut
I had to say, come on, you know I had to say it. Somebody had to say
He
it.
just fucking left, dude.
Somebody had to say it.
you had Dirk gone on that one.
Dirk's gone. He ran off. Bye, Dirk.
And then
All right, so now that
yeah.
Dirk's not here, we can actually have a good conversation about the trig stuff. So, what do you guys think about this invasion?
So the invasion.
I heard there
think
was
it's-
problems with it.
So
Initially.
I think it bugs out where like we defeat a invasion and then it just stops showing up. Whereas like it's supposed to respawn, I think, in other areas. So like I know I streamed, like I was streaming for the CCP event last night, and like there weren't any invasions, and then but they're back now this morning. But it's phase 1 of 3, so obviously Triglavians always go in 3, shots straight in. And so, I mean, I partook in the like a fleet the other day. We just flew around. Like you have to kind of scan, like descan them out and like warp to celestials. So that's planets, stations, Raytarus, and other type of citadels. And the Triglavians will land. You shoot them. You can salvage their wrecks for some of the materials to build some of the T2 ships, as well as loot the wrecks. A lot of them have metal scraps, but some of them will carry like blueprints, crafting materials, etc. And so, and it's only in high sec, so you have to actually have decent sec status.
And you, I saw you were running the. I couldn't watch the whole stream because I had to drive home, but I started watching a little bit of it, and, you were in a Merlin, not a Merlin. You were probably in the tech.
A Hawk, yeah.
Hawk,
I was in a Hawk.
yeah. So these you can run in. You don't have to have like a Gila or anything like that. You just run these things in a frig.
Yeah, so I was
Obviously.
doing the normal abyssal site stuff. This was not the invasion. The invasion stuff you can run in whatever you want.
Okay.
So like when I did the invasion, we had like caracals, moas, and then we had ospreys, like 3 or 4 ospreys, and then we had our FC was like, or the guy who organized it was actually an Noctis. So we would fly around and kill things, and then he would loot it all and warp off. And we were in, I want to say like the main staging of where the first phase of the Triglavians were, and we were fighting actually at the sun. So like we were fighting a wave, and there was us and a bunch of neutrals. And we were just shooting the bad guys left and right, and then like more and more waves came in, and then like a bunch of Leshaks warped in, and suddenly like they would just target someone and then alpha them off the field. So by the time they yellow boxed you and you attempted to broadcast, you couldn't even be locked and repped. So like I died, a couple others died. And like our Noctis warped off with all the loot, and like so we were like, oh my god, thank fuck. But yeah.
Well, it's pretty cool that they finally figured out how to alpha shit. You know, good job NPCs.
Yeah.
You figured it out.
But the struggle is that like some of the NPCs, like they'll land, they'll lock you, start shooting and moving, and then you'll try to lock them back, and it'll say invulnerable. So there's like a bug or whatever the fuck. CCP hasn't figured that shit out, which is kind of obnoxious. But I mean, it's pretty engaging gameplay of like, you know, you have to primary certain ones off the field. So like the anchoring Triglavians will like scram you. So you obviously want to shoot them first. Or the renewing ones will rep each other. So you also want to shoot them first if you're trying to break through their DPS.
So that's good. All the shit that's from doing the abyssal sites, it still works with these things.
Yeah.
Like the names and everything.
Yeah, and
Well,
as
that's
far
good.
as
I didn't do it out for nothing.
yeah, so and as far as I know, this is only phase 1. I haven't seen anything about phase 2 or phase 3, and a lot of people are saying phase 3 is when they'll have like that big structure show up, and like it will be super difficult and have to coordinate. Yeah.
Dirk, we took advantage of the fact that you ran off to start talking about the trig shit that you didn't want to talk about.
No, I did want to talk about it. I just wanted to.
No, you didn't. You stopped us twice.
He was saying we were already
Rain
into
is
the...
part of Northern Coalition. Rain is part of fucking Pandemic Legion. Okay, one of our guests, Blazing Bunny, also part of Northern. I was trying to give some space to allow them to have the moment that I hope will actually cause whatever's happening, Invasion 1, to become something more than just a fucking steamroll. I hope that like they nutted up last night and that caused them to think they should fight more.
Well,
But that's the thing. They got their PAP for the month, so they don't have to undock again until
I
like
know.
July.
So let me
it's
ask you this.
It's
Is
like,
it a
it's not
steamroll,
that I'm
though?
trying to avoid Triglavians. I do totally want to get to that. I just want there to be like this feeling of, wow, this might like be something more people should log in for.
The thing though
is it a steamroll? Is it really though? Is it just a seemingly unending, unopposed structure bash mixed in with a couple of
I don't
really
know.
bad
It felt
subcap dunks?
That's up to you guys.
I woke up this morning to, oh shit got real, ready to step up.
Well, the thing is, because the whole NC doc thing has been a joke for fucking what? Like, I mean, I remember when I was in the Imperium.
That's why we keep making it.
When I was in the Imperium, they were still using that. But the nice thing is that everyone is just like, oh, Imperium's invading, it's over. And the thing is like, this was a big, like, raw form up for them, and we had our own big form up, and we kind of smashed them. The only reason the ISK value was even close, like, I think they lost like 80 or 90 something billion, we lost like 50 something billion. But we lost.
You got 12, a bunch of Hodreds.
Yeah, we lost 12 or something Hodreds. That's like 40 billion, 30, 40 billion right there.
I heard the fucking Hodreds wrecked some havoc last night.
Yeah,
They did.
Yep.
Yeah,
That
they
was
Oh, good.
So there was a couple of most of the Hodge Reds, except for a couple, maybe one or two, had 40 plus battleship kills on them, or they've murdered 40 battleships.
And literally, I am not here to bring you guys back to the moment of glory that you have seen in the last couple of fucking weeks. Like, don't let me fucking do that, please.
I want fights. I hope you guys fight a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so we can talk about this bullshit again. All right.
So I was just saying, like, as far as the subcaps though, like we were tanking. Like, they eventually just started focusing all three of their fleets on like specific dreadnoughts to kill them, and because we couldn't rep them.
Triglavians, you mean? They were doing that?
No,
we already we passed your bullshit. You had your chance to crow,
dude. Yeah. If you have something to say about what happened last night, it's like say it.
No, I mean, to be fair, like it was a good fight. Like the thing is though, it's like that was one battle in a war. Like I think so. As smug
There's gonna be a lot more. Like,
as smug as Pan Pan is, we're not like
yeah, goons aren't going home. We're
not gonna be like, oh, we completely won. Like goons are leaving. Fuck goons, etc. Like we're pretty. I mean,
was that the Alamo last night? Like, is there more to come? I mean.
No, I mean, like, we'll defend our shit. Like, there's certain stuff. There's certain stuff. We're not gonna fly 20 jumps to defend some dead ass fucking system and tribute.
I got this whole fucking next week where I need to like get in on some shit because Pando sat there and said, "Dirk, motherfucker." I'm like, motherfucker, I was at a fucking wedding and shit, but like I want to.
No, show up to fight.
It's really weird for me now being in it where they got their own fleets and shit, where I can't just like go out there and get into like any old fucking Harpy fleet that's like running off into wherever. Okay, it's like it's different now, so I need to I need to fucking buckle down into what's going on here, which means I need something to fucking happen. So I'm trying to make something happen here right now while letting you guys sit there and go, oh shit, something could happen here.
Well, something did happen earlier. My buddy Merkelchen from Karma Fleet got top damage on a Nyx kill in MTech-O. That was great.
Yeah.
So there you go. Congratulations.
I want to feed my Nyx so bad. Like, it's so hard to
Please do, because the fewer Nyxes there are, that means the less tie-dye there is.
Yo,
so
Brisk, next time
I want to do a shot.
Next time you guys are bored
and growing up and like being in a super carrier.
I have a super carrier, I have a Faxalt Dreadnought,
remember back
I have
when you
Sino
were just in a
Scouts,
frigate? You were just a frigate girl?
Dude, if a year ago,
you were
I was like
Kestrel
trading
life
all...
forever.
She's all grown up.
Tristan! But yeah, that was me like a year and a half ago. I'm
close.
like, I don't fucking need alt, and now I like
Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. You're in big
That's
girl
terrain.
now.
She's got her big girl panties now.
She's all grown up.
I'm U.S. time
She's
zone.
grown up.
U.S. time zone Logi FC for Pandemic Legion. I fucking like boss all the Pan Fam people around. It's so much fun.
That's my favorite thing about this conflict, right? Because a lot of what happens in terms of Pan Fam fighting, it happens a lot in Euro time zone because a lot of our heavy hitter guys in terms of NC and PL and Horde are in the Euro time zone. So naturally they pick campaigns and fights that happen in Euro. But a lot of this war so far, a lot of the good fights and the fun stuff has been happening in USTZ, which is awesome.
I agree.
Kind of weird too.
Although there is definitely the belief that Euro time zone players are better than US time zone players. So.
And they'd be wrong.
We have to fight that.
Time to prove them wrong.
Australian time zone players think they're even better than that.
Well, it's the same with, I mean, everybody that's in a small group thinks
US
that
is just like, fuck it. Like,
some of these timers have been Australian time zone, which
something
like even West Coast, like where I could stay up later than most of the people in the US time zone, and the fleet is still at like 3 a.m. It's like no. Good luck with
Rain,
that.
the next time you're bossing around
Right.
Pan Fam guys, tell Headliner to eat a sandwich. I'm worried about him.
I don't boss around Headliner.
He's too skinny.
Although I always sass the FCs.
I'm afraid.
Like every time we're brawling and winning, I'm like, can we get closer so Logi can whore? And every time they're like, oh, okay, Logi, use your drones. And it like
I'm just
warms my
worried
heart.
that he's gonna get like stuck in an elevator for an hour and starve to death. I'm just worried about it.
Be nice to Headliner.
He's not
a
going to
good
starve
dude.
to death. Okay.
Are you sure?
He has big quads.
Fucking key areas. U.S. time zone has been the best since 1776.
Fucking right.
That's excellent.
Winning.
That's my boy.
All right. So apparently on Tuesday of this week, they unleashed the entire other invasion that was happening to EVE Online. which was
Tenal?
this not Tenal, not Dedorid, which apparently we have to talk about later.
Can you guys
'cause
go to
shit's
venal
happening in
yet? Go to
Dedorid, of
venal.
all places.
Venal needs
No.
cleaning.
I want to go back to Tenal because that's where I started in Nullsec, and
Why
I
would you
think I
wanna
still have
live in
shit up there.
Tenal?
I kind of semi-started up there as well, but that being said, this Triglavian thing, let me ask this question. Has this thing gone off as anticipated? Are we still confused whether or not it's broken?
All
or
of
is
the
it
above.
just something that is escalating over time and we think it's not working out the way Sanchez did?
Well,
It's-
I think
The
everybody
answer is
thought it was
yes.
broken because they couldn't find any of the invasions for like a day, but now it seems like they're back.
And even when they did, they
did a
then went
restart
away,
thing, didn't
and
they?
then like there were gaps in between. Like
It's-
is this
it's
a
new
broken
content.
thing, or is it just
It's both.
this
So
is
some,
not what you thought it was going to be?
So some stuff was broken. So I was streaming yesterday. There were no Triglavian invasions showing up on the agency, and I said, "Hey, chat, does anyone know why?" And someone goes, "I submitted a ticket to a GM. He said it's not intentional and that there should be invasions up, so it is a bug. However, some stuff is not a bug. So the fact that it's only T1 is probably not a bug. So folks have been saying there's 3 tiers of the invasion.
ramp up.
So they ramp up. So there's only one happening right now.
So there's
Probably
a bug,
not a bug.
but it's
Yeah,
not.
I only
an
see one
entire
right now
fucking
in
beetle.
Rohama.
Correct. So like some stuff is like kind of like, you know, having to be tweaked and patched, but it's not like completely broken. Like I don't even know like a good example of what was completely broken, but it's still working, right? Like, so they're still trying to improve it. It's still like most of it's working as far as I can see. The one thing I will give a good shout out to CCP is so all of this is done in HiSec, and that when you join an invasion system, you get the little chat. So, you know, like incursion chat, this one's an invasion chat, and you can talk and say, "Hey guys, where are people getting
future.
shot at? Where should I warp to? Like, join my fleet," things like
Do
that.
people
And people,
say that? Do people
Yeah.
say
people,
that
people
in
are
invasion
actively
chat?
joining. Yeah, people
People
are
are
actively
publicly
joining up.
advertising fleets.
That's
Yeah.
how
through the chat.
incursions used
Oh
to
my
be
God, I'm
too.
getting
You
fucking
used to be
shot,
able
come
to
help
find
me, and, like,
you used to
people
be able to
actually
find
go there?
incursion fleets like that. You used to be able to be like, "Hey, I'm a Logi guy and I'm in the middle of this incursion area. Is there a fleet that'll take me?" And some random would be like, "Yeah, I could use another Basilisk." But now you have groups like TVP who just doesn't take outsiders anymore or some shit like that.
That's right.
Oh,
so
I
Wait, hold on,
didn't
hold
know
on,
that.
time out. They said yes, I'll take a Basilisk.
Back whenever incursions started, like whenever I would run them, you could just random yourself into.
They would let you do public fleet. I mean, public
Yeah.
fleet things were like a thing. You know?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
But yeah,
It's become too much of a science, and they want people that have done them before. They don't want to walk noobs
They-
through it, and
incursions
they don't
are
want to share the
min-max,
loot.
right? Incursions are min-max, so they have a set formula to run incursions to get the maximum amount of ISK out of them. The Triglavian invasion isn't like that yet because it's so fucking new.
Well,
So you're flying to an
incursions
invasion
weren't
area.
like that either at first. Like
Gotta be
people
part
were
of the raid
figuring
Well,
that
then
shit
nothing
out.
was
That's what
ever
I'm
like
saying.
that in the beginning. People got to figure it out.
It took
The
some
invasion
time
is
to
the
figure
invasion
out.
is news, so right now everything's public and everybody's trying to figure out what's going on. So everybody's taking whatever they can get to get through the thing, to get some ISK out of it. Once they figure out the min-max, it's going to turn into incursions, just like incursions did.
So let me ask you this:
Are you willing to say that this invasion is not a reskinned incursion
That's
that
my
we used
question.
to know?
That's my question because I know that was the concern on Reddit is like, are we just about to get a reskinned Sancha incursion?
Rain was saying the AI rats are smarter.
It seems like they're using the same AI that they use in the Abyssal stuff,
or the
which is
Abyssal.
way better.
Yeah, it's a
Which
bit
is way
smarter.
better than what you get.
So it's
for-
an
Yeah.
incursion, but it's a smarter incursion.
But it's not though, because it doesn't take place over just a single constellation. It's not there as for a set period of time. There aren't a bunch of things that you have to do in the middle of it. There's a whole bunch of fucking different. This is not fucking reskinned. Literally, you can say that right off the bat. Not reskinned.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Bob's in chat.
I'm sorry.
You think
Do
Bob
you
would
want
want
to
to
say
come on?
it is reskinned or?
Want me to ping him?
Yeah, well, he's
He's
in
in
Twitch chat
chat.
right now. Like, if Bob wants to come on, we could have him.
Reminder that Bob.
It's not
warped
Bob the
fleet.
boss, right?
No, it's
No,
brother
it's
Bob.
brother Bob. He warped
No,
the
I'm
fleet to
sorry.
an enemy
Bob
hostile.
the boss,
Told everyone
brother
to
Bob.
stop shooting.
I'm
Let
sorry.
the Logi
we
horn
can't
kill
have
males.
Brother Bob on here right now.
Why?
Brother Bob is active on Reddit, and I can't have him on here right
So am
now.
I.
We all are.
I'm not.
Why are you being mean to
I'm
him?
just saying I can't.
I think I made a Reddit account like 8 years ago, and I haven't touched it since then.
I'm totally fucking kidding.
Of course he is. I want to blow shit up.
What is Brother Bob? hate? I
I'm
don't
really
know.
pissed that I missed last night's fight.
Come to
I really,
SH1.
really am.
Yo, let's 1v1 at the sun. Come to SH1.
Can I bring my rag?
Yeah, I'll hide the sign up for you.
But no, seriously, this is completely not reskinned because when those fucking incursions happened back in the day, literally it fucking lit up an entire constellation. This was the thing that sat on your ass for fucking 7 days. If you didn't fucking do anything about it, guess what? It sat on your ass for that whole fucking time. Here we've got something where like shit's happening. It's not only constellation wide. You can beat it back in a short period of time and then like see what happens. It is different. It's not reskinned.
Right, it's different. People are still figuring it out, including
It'll-
CCP.
that's
Well,
not the
that
best situation though.
that could be too, and that is really the crazy fucking question, right? Is this working right, or are they just sitting there going, "Hey, guess what? Fucking chaos."
Well, like
So-
remember when the Drifters came and everybody was like, "Holy shit, the Drifters! They're fucking everything up." And the CCP was like, "Yeah, we dialed that up way too fast. We gotta bring that back." And then the Drifters suddenly disappeared. So I think what they're doing with the Triglavian invasion is they're starting it out a little bit more mellow than the Drifters are, and seeing what happens. So obviously we kicked the shit out of it, and they disappeared, and then they had to reset it. So maybe they're gonna ramp it up. Maybe they're gonna dial it up. So it's a watch and shoot thing. We're learning, they're learning, everybody's learning. We'll figure it out.
What were the
I
first?
think-
What were the first reports? The first reports were people out there getting fucking annihilated.
The
It's
first
like, oh my
reports
God,
was
I'm
on-
getting fucking dog
Yeah.
ass.
It was on the hauler channels. The haulers were getting fucking whacked because they were flying through them with no regard for anything and just fucking getting wasted.
Haulers are just gonna die when
Yeah,
people are out
just
there
fucking
like on a fucking
Freighters
raid
all
game.
over the kill boards. Terrible. Tragedy.
Wasn't the invasion doing that too though? Because I remember as soon as it launched, I was looking at Zkill, and there was a lot of random, just high set guys getting murdered by these.
No,
rats.
that's literally
that's
what we're
what I
talking
mean.
about right now.
That's what I mean.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you
I'm
were
not
talking
even
about the
talking about
incursion
back in
rats.
the fucking day. I'm talking about like 2 days ago. or
It
whatever
still
the fuck it
happens.
was.
I mean, it still
Yeah.
every time there's an incursion, you worry about hitting
The
rats in the
first
gate.
kills you saw were people who was like, "Where did that thing go
Africanized
down
gate
and-"
rats.
You know,
That's the best sound clip ever.
there is nothing that is
Fucking Mad
Africanized
Cat.
in EVE Online. Can we all just like confirm this?
I think so I think the one thing people are like getting kind of salty about so far with the incursions, or not the incursions, the invasion, is the fact that like rewards seem very like ninja loot. So it's not you killing people and getting a bounty, or you killing things and getting LP, or completing missions or anything like that. It's you kill something, you have to loot the wreck and salvage the wreck, or you get nothing from it. And the
Allegedly,
salvage is like,
DDLP is supposed to be coming.
so
Here's-
people are saying DEDLP because the stores have popped up, and spoiler, they have skins. I'll buy them from you if you get some. But we've shared that feed. So when I say we, Streamfleet has actually been like talking about this actively of like, well, what are we supposed to do? Like,
Who's
we're
are they an alliance or?
Streamfleet, the community organization of streamers. But we've been talking like, so we have a Discord and we're talking like, okay, like, because a couple of guys will run public fleets and we're like, okay, well, like, what have you learned? Like, how do we get money from this? Like, how do we get T2 ships? Like, what are we supposed to be doing? And they tell us the same thing. They're like, you have to salvage the wrecks. You have to loot the wrecks. If you don't loot the wrecks, you might miss blueprints or you might miss this or that. And you have to, like, the only way to get things is to actually salvage. And so it's becoming, like, very confusing of, okay, if we're working together in a fleet to do this, or you're trying to promote public fleets, how does this benefit everyone if everyone has to have their own salvager and you're kind of competing against each other or against random people showing up in HiSec?
Well,
Curious
part
to
of
hear
the,
these
one of the
folks.
problems that we had, I mean, one of the problems with ratting and the rest, and one of the things we talked about in the past was, you know, the fact that you kill things and you automatically get the ISK for it, that takes a lot of the risk out of it because you don't have to transport anything, you don't have to sell anything, you don't have to move things around, and it reduces the amount of content. If they don't catch you in space, you're not gonna be able to stop. So I like the idea of you have to get the loot in order to get any money from doing these things. But then again, yeah, it does create other problems, but that also creates content because it creates friction and people can fight about it. And drama is, you know, that's part of the game.
Yeah,
So if people have to fight over the loot, they have to fight over the loot. Go ahead.
it's just frustrating when like you do all this work and a insta warping scepter can land, loot, and then warp away. Because
You
I
mean
mean
like,
they get a suspect timer.
You mean like when you kill a Sanchez thing, or you kill one of the Sodios and
The Blood
and
Raider Sodio?
you lose
Yeah.
you lose
But
the
I
fucking
mean, when that happened,
but our
everyone
inter-
whined
First
about it.
Malika
TCP
blueprint?
changed it so that interceptors could no longer just loot it. You had to loot a crate.
I was say,
Which wouldn't fit in an
interceptors aren't
interceptor.
necessarily invincible though. Like that horde.
Well, you got to
fight.
find. I mean, that's the thing. Hey, you know what? Blow the shit up.
Yeah. Well, I'm
I
saying
think
that
that's
that
more
horde one
content.
died with like what 40 billion in
Dudes,
oh.
why are you talking about another fucking
But
topic?
people,
All
people
of a
are
sudden,
also
that
talking
little
about like
think
fucking
that-
nowhere.
salvaging.
That's like a
People are talking about
one-off
salvaging
thing.
too,
I didn't
right?
think
Like,
that we
if you
actually had that on the
salvage-
notes.
If you salvage a yellow wreck, you don't get a suspect timer. So like I can sit there and salvage day in and day out.
Salvaging
and not...
is not something that you will be suspected for in high sec.
If you're in the same fleet.
Correct,
that is
but that's
just
how
picking
you
up
get-
fucking litter.
But that's how you get the rewards from doing the invasion. So a lot of folks are like
that
super
is odd,
confused.
too. Do you think they thought about that when it all fucking went
I'm not
down?
sure. I don't know. We've shared our feedback. We've shared our feedback with the community.
Do you
like-
feel that they thought about what the rewards were for this particular event? Not ISK related for just getting the fucking kill, but maybe like there's shit out there you got to do, and you guys haven't figured out what the you got to do part is.
Maybe. I mean, I spent like an hour or 2 hours killing stuff, and I got nothing for it. So
How
I
do you
didn't
feel-
salvage.
Supposed to.
Hey, Rain. When
But
you
Rain,
logged
you
out-
got an
when you
hour's worth
logged
of
out
fun
that day-
experiences.
When
I
you
did it for the
logged out that
experience.
day, did you thumb up or thumb down? How was your
Oh,
experience?
yeah,
with
that's a
Eve
good
Online
question.
today?
I clicked
Did you
X,
enjoy
so I
playing
never
Eve
see
that
it.
day?
I never actually see that screen because I don't safe log.
What do you mean
I
you
log
never
out.
see
You
it?
actually didn't have to wait
As I
till.
don't
Do you
safe
never
log.
hit
I
escape and then
closed.
log out?
No, but
Nope,
Rain,
I
you act-
upper right.
You
with
didn't
X
have to
on
do
the
it
screen.
on log out. You just hit escape and you could thumbs up or thumbs down, and it would
I know, but
apply
I
it
also
the next
never
time
hit
you
escape
closed.
either.
However, Rain, let me tell you about that fucking
Hit
day.
escape all
If
the
you had
time.
actually hit escape and saw a question that said, "How do you feel about your experience today in EVE Online?" Thumbs up, thumbs down. What would you have said on that day when you killed a whole bunch of shit, but like didn't get anything for it?
I probably would have said. I mean, the experience was
Like,
fun,
what
but
would
getting
you
a
have
reward would have
literally
been thumbs
said?
down.
Not like right now with that like preface, but like, what would you have actually said? Would you have like fanboyed and been like, loved it,
I mean, loving something isn't fanboying.
thumbs up, or thumbs down?
I probably would
fucking
have said
binary.
thumbs down. I probably would have said thumbs down.
Because of that particular day for you.
Yeah.
I have a trig invasion question.
I'm surprised.
What's up?
Yeah.
Were they or were they not supposed to disable Concord in systems where trig invasions were occurring?
I have no fucking clue.
I
We're
saw
not
someone in
fucking
chat
lore people,
mention that
man.
before. They're saying that they disabled Concord somehow, which is that would be
So
hilarious.
could you
That's-
not blap the ninja salvagers off the field?
That was
as they're
not
trying-
supposed. As I understand it, that was not supposed
what
to be
happened,
the case.
and it's not what would like anything we've seen is what happened. Like there may have been some people out there speculating about how Concord ran away and is no longer in control of the situation.
Silver DN is saying that was a shitty CCP article. They confirmed it was badly worded.
Okay, cool.
So, rumor mill.
If Brisk were on the CSM, it would have been better worded.
I don't know about that.
That's my
but I'll take it.
understanding of how the review process works.
With the fuck, I had something
you
to say
snapping
earlier,
at
and then I snapped because I'm trying to remember, and I don't know why I
What
thought
were
that
you
would actually
snapping?
help me. I was just snapping, man.
Did you
I,
do mouse snap or like
He's
finger
doing,
snap?
he's doing beat
I
poetry.
tried to finger snap, but I'm really bad at it. Because I was gonna say something before we got into whatever that little thing we just talked about, and now I had a brain lapse, and I can't think of what I was gonna say.
Should get that checked out.
Hey, if we had to do a shot right now, what would it be to?
I know we should do it too.
To that thumbs down, thumbs up thing in the fucking escape menu.
Yeah.
All right.
For my anniversary next week.
We already did a shot
Dude.
to that, I thought.
We didn't
We
do a
did
shot
those.
for that.
Yeah, we
Oh,
did.
Did we
okay.
do a shot to my own anniversary? Like,
We did.
we
It's
did
my
that
10-year
apparently back
anniversary
in
on
the
June
18th.
6th. Happy anniversary, honey. Thanks for putting up with me and all my bullshit video gaming for the last 10 years.
Shots to the rubles.
God bless Brisk and the Rubles.
Rubles.
There you go.
See, Reload sitting there going, Dirk, shot to fucking Eve North. You know what? We'll
Oh,
fucking
man.
do that in a little
Wait.
bit
Yeah,
because
we'll do
I
it
am
next.
totally fucking propping that shit because
Yeah,
they're
that's
coming here next
up.
week.
Man, is it quick?
Before we
They're
go to
coming
Eve
here
North,
next
though,
3 weeks, right?
They're-
can we talk
Hold
about
on.
that T-shirt that
I
the
don't want to
Sydney
fucking talk
one,
about it.
Oh,
the one that has
Syd-
an eye?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
t-shirt?
the fucked up Sydney shirt.
Oh, the Sydney shirt. Yeah.
Oh,
We're not here to talk about. You know what? I'm sorry. We're taking a talking the station stance about EVE Online tonight. We're not talking about bad things that happen.
Well, wait. A lot of stuff happened at Sydney, though.
Thing.
Why can't we talk about Sydney?
We find things to be
we're talking about the
funny
shirt.
that are just, like,
They misspelled
negatives for other
Sydney
people.
on one of the shirts. Was it
Do
one
you
shirt
know
or was it a
that
batch of
fucking
shirts?
Dev got fired because of that fucking T-shirt? How does that make you feel?
Implying they
really?
fire their marketing team?
There's no way they fired. Well,
I don't think
know,
he
maybe they
did,
fired some for it.
but like,
No.
Okay,
I'm
you
just
made
saying,
that out. I was
it
like,
could've happened. In any other organization, maybe.
yeah, shot of coffee counts. But yeah, what was it? Just that one shirt, or was it a whole batch of shirts came out with SI?
I hope it's a whole
They
bunch of
had
them.
part-
I would have
Oh,
bought one.
fuck. Because I remember I saw a picture with Bam, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
My understanding was there was like some of the shirt. Actually, I think it was like all of the shirts early on that fucking came because they like printed locally.
McLeod and
fuck?
Twitch chat says it was a bunch.
Yeah, it was either a bunch or all. Okay,
I
like,
highly doubt the
but-
local ones would have been misspelled because people in Australia have been like, "The fuck? That's not how you spell."
literally. Hold on, this is the whole fucking deal. Like the whole idea was they were printed locally. They don't. What do you think they did? Ship it from fucking Iceland?
Isn't that why they didn't get any in Russia?
Oh,
There's a whole fucking thing about Russia, like, 2 weeks before or whatever. But apparently, the shirts that they had fucking made, printed what we believe to be locally, off-printed with that. Didn't you guys cover this last week? What did you guys even do here last week?
We kind of just talked about some
We drank
things
some
and did some
booze.
drinks and
Talk about
I
Rubber
turned it off. I
Cakes.
couldn't watch it after Drayden
This
fucked
was
up the
like
start of the show.
fucking
Wow.
last week.
Start was fine. Start
Totally
was classic.
unwatchable.
I
That's
didn't.
awful.
I'm sorry, viewers. I
Horribly
did not
bad.
know that we needed to cover last week's fucking news.
No. We actually did really well in the patch. The one thing that we touched on that we didn't really get much into was the CSM, but that's because I don't think any of us are really that into
Evergreen. You're saying you didn't get into an evergreen topic.
Nobody
But
cares
last-
about the CSM.
But last week's news.
I'm not saying we don't
was
care about it,
what
but it's just-
happened down at fucking Sydney.
Sorry,
where
buddy.
A whole bunch of shit fucking happened.
We were just kind of like we
Now
ran
it
through the
feels
list.
though we have to erase this entire show and just talk about what
No,
happened.
we
last
ran
week.
Didn't
through,
it not even happen yet?
No, we ran
Last
through the list of
week.
like who was accepted at the. Like,
No, we
Down Under
talked
came out
about
the
that.
list of like
Yeah.
who was
We
accepted
talked
as
about
candidates.
that.
We're like Matterall's there, Manic's there. We went through like some of the names.
Lazy
but we didn't
Elo's-
get
Can
in-
adults
Elo's not there.
Go away.
Yeah, Elo's
for
not
just
there.
one weekend, and the children carry this shit.
Oh my
No,
god.
actually,
Dad,
I
stop.
think it was a good
the
show
lawn is
last week.
fine.
Dad.
We mowed it. It's good. Just relax.
Yeah, I think last week's show was good. We delved
Just because the
into
lines aren't
patch
the way you
really
like
heavy.
them doesn't mean we didn't mow the lawn. Just chill.
Yeah, like
Did you mow it? Because
We
honestly,
mowed it.
I've had a lot of
It's
rain
fucking
this
Dad.
week, and my
Wait.
lawn is like.
You had a
have
lot
to
of
trust.
tornadoes up there too.
Dad,
put you in a
have to
fucking
trust,
crooked
but
home.
verify,
You
Dad. Come on.
yeah,
Dad,
we
trust but
plowed
verify,
the
please.
snow out of the
Yeah,
driveway.
Dad. Fuck
So
off.
just tell us. Did you guys cover this? Did you cover the Sydney with an eye?
We didn't cover
No,
the
we did
city
not.
with an eye.
Bullshit
No,
like
we
that.
didn't,
I
Dad.
Did you cover hardcore shit that's not going to get covered by talking in stations, even though it itself has a little eye?
Of course
No,
it's on.
we-
Dirk,
GIS.
we're not critiquing spelling because
Little
we're all
eye.
when we're all on mobile, we all spell like shit. So maybe that's what CCP did. They submitted these shirts on mobile and
their
it autocorrected
phone?
their stupid
Yeah,
bullshit.
like, but the thing is, like, it would autocorrect it to SY. So
no, it wouldn't.
that would have
My
been
phone
them
would
spelling it
Can we
correct
try?
this bullshit.
Hey man,
I-
did you
I
get
know
the shirts
this
for this?
small
No,
girl
I,
over
did, I
here
thought you were
that,
going
like,
to.
doesn't know anything, and like literally she has the fucking eye in Sydney. Her name
I'll
is
poke
Sydney.
you in
and
the
she's
eye.
That
got a
was,
little
but that was
eye.
that was the absolute best part of that picture of Nam and Hilmar was the fact that they had
Oh my
shirts on
god!
with this
And
fucking
Nominee
Sydney mark.
wearing that fucking T-shirt is my
That
fuck
was great.
amazing.
I also like to give a shout out to Gabe Liebmeister, who's in the fleet with me tonight right now. Hi. He said he'd give me 50 isk if I said
you're
it.
running a fleet.
Wow.
What the
I'm in a
fuck?
fleet
We're
right
supposed
now.
to say
Sell out.
ping
Number
it.
one,
Sell
Like,
out.
when
Chris,
you ping it.
Chris just sold his voice for 50 is.
50 isk.
I want to go
Oh, man.
51, 51, 52, 52, 52. Are you ready? 3 is.
And he just sent
I'm
it.
pinging it.
I'm
pinging
rich.
it.
I'm totally rich now.
Make it
Sometimes we'll sell watch list spots as Logi. We'll be like, yeah, watch this spot. 50,
Yeah.
50 million
Yo,
isk,
that
we'll put you on the
scam
watch
My
is
list.
always
court
the
mate.
game.
See, now
My
that I know
court mate sent
something's
me
happening outside of my fucking, like, office room,
It's like, why would I
it's getting
rat when I
fucking
just
loud
fly
out there. I'm
Logi
even
and
hearing
sell
the
watch
creaking fucking
lists?
door.
Dirk,
Are
what
they
the
still
fuck?
partying upstairs?
It's a party.
He doesn't
Brisk.
have
That
his
shit don't end
headset
at
on.
8. Or
That's
whatever
not-
time it is there.
Uh-oh.
He took his headset off and wandered off after
he's-
saying
he's-
something.
Oh well,
He's
great. Then
lost.
we don't. We're never gonna see it.
He's gonna go play some beer pong.
Jesus Christ.
What do y'all think of the ships, the T2 ships?
They seem
I
cool.
want to fly
I
a
cannot
Jogger.
wait to fly the fucking Nurgle. I've been
I
waiting. I
wanna
got a
fly a
Sutonia
Jogger.
fit. I
Is
got a
that the Boucher?
Sutonia fit ready to go.
What?
I just got to get it for like less than $1.6 billion because I'm not paying $1 billion for a fucking
Wait, Rain.
assault frigate.
Rain,
I'm gonna
is it
fly the Draugr.
The Draugur's the Boucher, right?
Hell
Yeah.
fucking yeah.
The Draugur's the Boucher.
I didn't know
You guys forget back in 2016, like right when the Bouchers came out, I was fucking leading
you were
spear
Bushmaster?
fleeting. Yes, I fucking
Wait,
was.
who's
Before
a better?
it became popularized, I was the one fucking
Who's a
doing
better
it.
Boucher, you or Cork?
Oh, definitely Corky. Corky's really, really good at it, but I can also, like, me and Corky can
I was
coordinate
gonna
and figure
say,
it out.
Lifefender has got you fucking beat anything
Yeah.
Boosh related.
But me,
It's
me,
so
me,
weird
me,
hearing
him
his
booshed
Lifefender.
together.
And runs the
Me,
fleet.
him, odds, we all booshed together when like that
Yeah,
shit
it-
came out. It was fucking
I
amazing.
it still like boggles my mind hearing him called Lifeender. I know that's like how he's been in NC for so long, but I knew him right before, like a little bit before I got into Black Legion. But I got into Black Legion and he was there and he was Korg's god. So and on the show his
Corky.
chat name is Korg's god. So I've always been calling him Korg.
Yeah.
And so like Lifeender is like I hear Lifeender.
I never
have
met
to
him
think
until I
about
went
it.
to Sinners.
Can I point out the fact that like Pandemic Legion did a fleet where they had to bridge off of Cork's Titan, which is named after me, and it's kind of like a lewd name. And all of them took screenshots and sent them to me and said, "Rain, you have this weird guy stalking you," and I'm like, no, that's Corky. Like Corky's my friend. He asked me to be named this. But it was super endearing to me to see like my court mates and my alliance mates being like, "Hey man, there's this weird dude fucking stalking you," and it's like it was super
Well,
endearing.
because it
Even though-
happens like every other day. Rain.
It
It's
fucking
not
does.
like
I
this
get
doesn't
messages
happen
all the
time.
time of like
Well,
weird.
Corky stalks me too.
Okay,
so-
I forget what the name was, but I think I saw it and I was like, oh. And now that you mentioned, okay, now I know that was.
Yeah, it's Corky. It's because
okay.
it's Corky because
I
it's
forget what the
Titan's
name
name is
was.
Cork in it. But yeah, I just thought it was super endearing. Like it makes me feel really like loved or whatever.
Loved
Makes
or
me
whatever.
I'm
feel
like,
appreciated.
oh, my alliance
Or
mates
whatever.
like me. I don't know. Dudes are really weird at showing affection and friendship, so
Especially Eve people.
yeah. I realized like the pizza guys actually liked me after they like spent years shit talking me when they got really mad that someone else was shit talking me and they killed him over and over again. Like that was when I knew the pizza guys liked me. Brisker
That's
meeting.
our little sister. You don't fuck her up. We fuck her up. That's
Yeah,
it.
that was what they did. And
That
they're
was like one word from being real bad.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I hope I might come to that.
Zero to Alabama.
It depends
real
on the
quick.
state, you know.
I don't have the Pornhub theme on my soundboard. I should get
Oh
that.
man,
Hold on.
no. Well, yeah, if it's a soundboard, it's probably all right.
Just a soundboard.
Yeah, soundboard's fine.
Jane is
Like-
like, oh no.
like-
Hopefully,
Life shifter.
hopefully I didn't piss anybody off from Alabama and shit. I don't see anybody upset.
I
yet.
don't think so. Life
Oh,
Shift would be like,
damn
what the
it.
hell was
I'm
that?
from
Like, bro,
Mississippi,
bro,
so I
it's
don't
cool.
give
It's
a
just a
shit.
soundboard.
Throws his arm over his ceiling. That ain't funny, is it, sis?
Jeez.
I'm from Mississippi, so fuck
the
them
thing is, like,
Alabamers.
I mean, I'm in the Northwest, but like Idaho is kind of like the deep South joke of the Northwest, where people are like, oh man, Idaho, everyone's related to each other there.
You mean West Virginia?
I guess yeah, it's kind of like the West Virginia, Alabama,
Idaho's the West Virginia of the West Coast.
Mississippi of the Northwest.
I honestly, the only thing I know about Idaho is potatoes and white supremacists. So
Well,
Oh
white
my
supremacists gotten like the actual organization got snuffed out a long time ago. But yeah, like I'm not even kidding.
You talking about the stuff in Ohio?
No, the Aryan Nations, like back when they were an actual organization, like
Oh yeah.
they were actually
that's
like
where all
like
of the
corporations.
sovereign
yeah.
citizen militias
Yeah,
and
like
shit
their
would
compound.
move to Idaho.
Their compound was like at the time where I lived.
Ruby Ridge, man.
Coeur
Never
d'Alene-
forget.
Well, Ruby Ridge, but Coeur d'Alene at the time.
I
their
played Far
compound was,
Cry
like
5.
20
I know about
miles
this
from where I
stuff.
lived. It was bad, and like every year they'd have parades in Coeur d'Alene, and because First Amendment, they couldn't like not allow them to do it. So it'd just be like fucking neo-Nazi parades through town. People hated it. Shitty look for our city, but
There
that's
you go.
that was like 15 years ago. Now they're all dead and gone because they shot at some mom in a minivan. They didn't hit her, but they shot at her van.
Jesus
and
fuck.
and then they got sued and like they got completely broken up, and now they're like all gone.
Oh shit, my fucking outside my door is like mass fucking crank.
Party
I'm not
Central.
gonna
Bring him in.
fucking
So
lie.
I want to see. I want to
Yeah,
see
no,
the
I
chicks
know,
and,
I know,
people
but
that McGurk
Dirk,
Jr. has
bring
over.
you gotta bring down Dad Boy.
Come on, bring him in.
Drayden,
Come on.
Do you know the other channel that you have that's like after dark?
Oh, the after. Oh,
Chatterbait
yeah.
one.
Yeah. Oh, that one.
That one.
I walk outside my door thinking all I can do is go upstairs and take a fucking piss, and like,
Yeah.
just
Well,
some
yeah.
shit going on.
You got to bring down Dad Boy for the after show. But
No, hold on. Dad Boy's pissed the fuck off, like laying in a fucking. He puked earlier because he dabbed too fucking hard, and like he's gone now. Like
break
not
his
gone,
nose?
gone, like he's literally fucking upstairs in a fucking bedroom just snoring the fuck out. Okay. I have literally right now got a fucking house of people that are lining up being like, "Can I be on Twitch?" And I'm like,
Yes, let him on. Come on.
Okay,
Come
okay.
on,
Yes.
I'm like, let
Probably
shit
not
Derek,
here.
come
It's
on.
Liddy. Come on.
Yeah, probably
Oh
not
my
here.
God.
Let's
Hey,
do that for
Brisk,
the
what is your
after
fleet
These people
for?
can't put two T's together to make Liddy.
Brisk, what is your fleet for?
We are structure bash.
That's super fucking.
Our
I'm not fighting
structures?
that.
Wait, right now.
That's how I
do
can
you
actually be
fucking-
on
Get
the
off
show
our
and do it at the
structures,
same time.
Brisk.
I can tell you, I've been watching the fucking notification string for the last hour.
Oh shit.
You guys know where we are.
Yeah, it's like you
Oh,
can
I
you can follow the trail of destruction everywhere they go. The next one will ping in, the one after that, and the one after that.
All right. So, question. I do have legitimate questions from an Eve player of this game, or from a person who would like to be a better player than what he is. Okay, so we've got
Are
the
you
invasion that's
asking
going on
girlfriend?
in High Sec and shit like that. Whatever. Invasion 2. Invasion 1 is happening in Tribute, and like we heard about some of that earlier tonight. Some bitch fucking like hacking up and shit. But whatever. Okay. What is going on out there in terms of like Deterid? Where the fuck is Deterid?
That's down in the
That's-
southeast,
The
isn't it?
Torrid, you know
Man.
what that
There's
is?
shit fucking
that
happening
Test
down.
Fraternity?
Like
I always call it the
Fraternity are
Torrid.
still
Is that
counting.
is it Deterid?
Isn't that-
I don't think that's how you
Isn't
pronounce it.
Isn't it down by like Wicked Creek, Omist,
Yeah.
Tenerife?
So this
that-
is like old.
that's-
Yeah, it's way the
that's
fuck
like-
down in like
This is like old
Faithabolis,
AAA territory
bumblefuck
kind of
nowhere.
shit.
So that's the legacy fraternity war. That's the kind of war you get whenever you get two organizations about the same size who have to fight with the same mechanics that we are in the north. And it's awesome. Like this war has been going on longer than the Imperium invasion of Tribute, and they haven't made any progress whatsoever. But it's damn near constant fighting along the borders.
Nice.
Like that's my favorite thing about it is Legacy is about the same size as Fraternity is, and they're the FC team is about on equal terms. Vili versus Elo pretty much every single night, and it's damn near constant content.
So when they sat there
The
and
content
said
though is
Tess
perfect.
couldn't help out because they were having to deal with Fraternity, it's because they've got their own shit going down there.
So it's like a legit content war to where it's not like they're
No,
deploying
it's not
only
No,
legit
it's a war
content.
war.
No,
It's
no,
two-
they're not-
It's two,
no.
it's two forces on each other that are like, yo, if you leave, I'm gonna fucking rape. some
I
shit.
know,
And, like,
I know that's
and
what
the
I'm saying.
other
It's
one
a
going, "Well, then I
legit
can't leave."
it's a legit content war in the fact that they're not deploying just for content. They're deploying and they're trying to actually accomplish
It's a
goals,
war.
but
It's
they're
a-
just
it's
getting a bunch of
an
content in the
eviction
process.
war.
We're
Fighting
killing
to
all your
kill the other
stuff. That's what
alliance.
we're doing.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I heard a
can
rumor
anybody
that
I don't
war
mind-
was
look,
gonna end.
Can anybody
This
explain?
is not as
where
bad as the
Deterid
old days
is?
of pos bashing.
We're
it's
talking
not
about
that bad.
we're talking about legacy war, not our war.
No, hold on. I'm
Well,
just
can we
wondering
talk
if
about our
anybody
war? I
can
don't wanna talk about
explain
wars I'm
on
not
the
in.
actual fucking 2D map where the fuck Deterid is. That's
Deterid is
southeast.
in the far
Dead
south
borders Immensea,
east
Wicked
of
Creek,
the
and
fuck.
its mother.
It's in the middle of
Southeast,
fucking
right?
nowhere.
Yeah.
Is it like the outer ring of the southeast? Where the fuck is that?
Yes, it's like
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
like south of Wicked Creek and Cache. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Gotcha. Triple A fucking controlled territory back in the fucking day.
AAA
Yeah.
Correct.
Alliance.
It's like wings or kids with guns or some shit now. Is
No,
over there.
Kids with Guns is farther back than that. Kids with Guns is near like where the Imperium
wasn't
quote,
like
unquote,
Atlas
winters start.
Alliance down in that area back in the day.
Wasn't it Solar
Yeah.
Fleet back
Yeah.
in the day too?
Solar.
If I remember-
Just pick any
I think
Russian
Gypsy
alliance.
Band had Deterid, but
Manascar's been trying to prop this shit for fucking weeks. Where fire is,
Shout out to
or
Life
if
now owns a Draugr.
or like, how do you pronounce that?
Fuck you, Blazing. You just showed me that. I'm so jelly.
Yep.
Hey, I got a LinkedIn from somebody that watches the show. That's pretty cool.
That's
Thank you, dude.
super creepy.
Wow, you got a LinkedIn from somebody that Holy shit.
I like it when people that actually watch the show are willing to tell me what their real names are. That's a nice thing. I'm proud of it.
Brisk, you wanna know my real name?
I don't think fucking LinkedIn actually
I got,
checks shit.
you know, Rand, I think I've totally forgotten what your real name is.
It's
I
Rain.
know
That
your
worries,
real name.
that upsets me.
I know it is.
I hope it's.
Are we
Rain.
friends on
I'm
Facebook?
not gonna dox her though.
I don't think we are. I think
We
you
should be-
invited me, but that was like years ago.
I'll just say
we're
it's
friends
not
on Facebook
Olga.
a long
It's
time
not
ago.
Olga.
We're at 10:21 right now, Eastern Daylight Time. 'cause
Wait,
apparently
oh,
I got
you
fucking
corrected it.
cranked out on Twitter by somebody that corrected my Eastern Standard Time to Eastern Daylight, but whatever. Okay, we've got some shit going down that is. I woke up this fucking morning, which I wake up at. Hold on, if I wake up at a reasonable
wake up
fucking
every
time of day, it's because I'm going to the fucking office and it's like 5:30 in the fucking morning, and like. All of a sudden, it was like boom! Like my coffee hadn't brewed yet, and shit was ripping out there in the. They did the whole fucking teleport motherfuckers from fraternity and other places,
fucking Kill You Titan.
into Jeddah this time to kill their fucking asses for botting.
Was it 2 Titans, a super, and what else?
There were
Plenty of, like, a
three
couple
hold on,
carriers.
off the top of my head right now as I'm looking up at the fucking ceiling. 3 Rourke Wolves,
Write it up there.
2 super carriers.
I bet he did.
I think so.
And 2 super carriers and 2 Titans.
Yeah, 2 Erebus.
He's up there writing with a magic marker.
It's
Kate's like,
funny
"What are you
'cause
doing?"
I'm
He's
not
like,
writing
"I'm
with a
gonna
magic
need
marker
this
on my
later."
fucking ceiling because I can't
It's-
reach. But
It's funny because like I saw Morglum. So Morglum was an old Origin guy, Black Legion guy, and the fax yesterday, which
Lady
was just a
fucking
legacy
Scarlet laughed
fax.
at that. She's like Morglum, and I
Yeah.
I didn't know what it meant.
But so he was in like an old legacy fax that had ended up in high sec or whatever, right? Like sort of like Kribba's like Vednot or whatever. And so he was just undocking, tanking the faction police, redocking, etc. And then like today, like Pelagro's like, "Hey, yo, fuck botters, go to Jeddah." And I'm like, "Oh shit, I hope that wasn't him." So apparently it was a bunch of other folks, not him. But it was interesting that
I
now they're
was-
naming and shaming again.
All out of all the all the rage that came with like the pie chart coming out and who's banned more people for botting. One of the Titans that got killed got teleported for botting was Skill You, wasn't it?
So I had heard
Yeah,
that
it
too,
was Kill
and
Yourself.
then someone was saying that that person hadn't logged in for like 4 months, which was extremely confusing if they're teleporting people that actually aren't logged in. But I don't know how true that is. That could have just been spin.
Maybe
Well,
he got
I mean-
busted for that 4 months ago, and like
I mean,
tonight
they-
was
they
his
have
night
the
for
omniscient
execution.
powers.
Well,
They can-
it made me think though that like maybe like these are already banned accounts, like they're permanently banned, and then they're like teleporting people just to get like free kills, to kind of entertain the puppies in high sec or something like that.
ban them for botting, and then as soon as they're they'll appeal it, let them back on for a day, and then kick them over into
Well,
Jeddah
no,
to die.
I mean just perma ban them, so like they can't get the assets. The assets are worthless. So it's like, well, instead of leaving them on these banned accounts, let's just teleport them to high sec and let people have fun.
I think that I'd rather have the content than anything else.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
Have
they're
you
going to get
seen-
banned anyway, so it doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to be banned.
Have y'all seen Brothers of Tangra's new Alliance logo? It's the best
No.
thing in this game.
The robots eating
It's
the
the
flesh?
robot eating Plex.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, let me go. I'll check on. Is it on Eve? Who you
It's
think?
no, it's in Twitch chat. Somebody just linked it.
Oh,
So look,
Well, that's
I believe that because
I liked
Brisk
it.
is
I
here,
thought it
we
was
have to
fun.
actually ask the question. Brisk, what do you think about the naming and shaming of like teleporting botters into like Jeddah proper?
Well, I've always been fine with that. Look, I don't. If they know that these guys have done it and they're confident that these guys have done it, then go ahead and name and shame. That's fine. The problem is when you don't have solid evidence that you go and do that, then you get in trouble. But I never had a problem with them doing that before, and I don't have a problem with it now.
Let me ask you about a different element of that. Assume that they've got them all. All botters are equally fucking crucified, right? Like, how do they choose the ones that they teleport into places and therefore give up their name and
I bet it's-
corporation and alliance?
the ones
I
that.
bet
Well,
it's just whoever's online, man. Because it's like
I don't even know if they're online. I mean, as far as I can tell, they've done people that have been online and people that have not been online. I don't know. They picked the names out of a hat. I don't see any real issue with
Is that
it.
okay to pick the names out of a hat? Well, the rest
Yeah,
of the
why not?
ones you just let freaking get oblivioned, anonymously.
Look,
As
I
long
mean,
as
the
they get
bottom line,
banned.
everybody needs to realize there are botters in every alliance. There are botters in every rental group. There's botters on every side of every battle in the game, whether it's it's PanFam or Imperium or whoever, there's going to be botters. You know, if people want to make ISK cheaply, they're going to go to the places that are the safest. The safest places are going to be the big null-sec blocks. So everybody's got them. So, you know, you accept that and you recognize it and you try to do everything you can to fight it. But I don't, when I see lists of groups that have botters, okay, you know, I don't look down on the players in the groups that run those anymore, unless I know for a fact that those people are like specifically allowing botting, which is rare, but I mean, there are people that claim that they don't care about it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. So, hey, you know what? Pick the name out of a hat. Bring somebody up to NTISAC. Give folks some content and have some fun with it. I think it's a unique way of dealing with a real problem, and we don't see that on other games. So, go for it. That's what I say. It's different than my situation, and you guys know why. I don't need to get into that.
Imagine
Oh,
like
no.
Brisky reinstated, but
Hold on.
kind of killed all your
I wanna-
cats.
I wanna-
don't think it's
speak on
different
that.
in your situation because Manny was handled differently than you were. Like the consistency level of how they deal with different kinds of bans or penalties in this game, all over the fucking place.
Yeah,
So-
It's like my
I wanna-
fucking heart rate.
It's fine. I mean, look, I think that they need to fix that, and I've advocated for that internally, and to folks when I talk to them about it. But you know, at the end of the day, my situation was unique. I don't expect it to be repeated. But at the same time, I want to make sure that folks that are accused of stuff get a chance to defend themselves. But the one area where I feel like if anybody knows whether they're botters or whether it's legitimately happening, it's going to be in this situation because they've got all the data and it's all in-game related stuff, not unlike the stuff that happened with me. So if they're using in-game related stuff to figure out somebody's botting, yeah, they've got those tools, they've got that ability, and Team Security and Pellegro and those guys are pretty good at writing those folks out. So I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with it. My situation, like I said, is completely different. It's not comparable.
Blazing, go ahead. You said you had something.
So, speaking on your situation, so a lot of those people, a lot of the average dudes who live in the drones, some of these guys, you know, that just live in the drones because they like to run ANOMs for the entirety of their career, which is, you know, if that's your business, then that's your business. Some of these guys, I've seen them on Reddit, the posts on Reddit, like, look at this guy, he's a filthy fucking botter. You look, name shame this corp, and it's, you know, what happens if these guys aren't botted and they're just like AFK VNI ratting?
I mean, that,
You know what I mean?
that's the problem, and that's why when I see, I mean, Reddit goes on the rag like every month with a massive amount of anti-botting posts, and people putting out this person's a bot and this person's a bot and this person's a bot. Well, we don't know that, so just report them to CCP. Let CCP do the investigation. They've got the tools to be able to figure out who is a botter and who is not, and they can tell whether somebody is just AFK ratting in a VNI for 8 hours a day because that's when they play, or whether these guys are like legitimately, you know, doing bad stuff. So I'd rather let CCP make that decision. But at the end of the day, we're never going to be able to get, you know, I've argued for an ombudsman so that there's somebody that's looking over the shoulder to make sure that there's somebody advocating on behalf of the players so that they can say, all right, let's double check and make sure this person actually is a bot. But there are some behaviors that it's pretty obvious, you know, that they're botting. So in those situations, you know, I don't have a problem with them going after folks. But I do think when players do the vigilante thing, that's where I get a little hazy because we got a lot of people that you know do crazy stuff that will play 7 different accounts in Rorquals. I mean, there was a buddy of mine that lost a shit ton of Rorks today in Delve, and I know he's not a botter. He's at the keyboard. He just happens to run 15 Rorks at a time. So I know that there are people like that out there, and you can't just assume because you see something that's definitely a botter. But that's why you report them and you let the people that have the tools, that have the understanding to do the investigation and figure it out. That's what they're supposed to do. So that's what I say to that.
Dude, can I say what I was about ready to say, like, as I was typing it out here and my fingers are too slow?
No.
Yeah. No?
Go for it.
Maybe.
I don't think I should, actually. Let me just type this shit out.
Just run it through your internal filter, and then
No, it's completely not
sift the
like
data,
bad
parse
socially,
it,
but I feel like it would fuck up Twitch, whatever. Fine.
re-encrypt, and then upload.
Holy shit.
So there's a question in Twitch
I
chat:
can't
is
even breathe in here right now. It's
is
like,
using
Is it that much
something
dab?
in
I
Twitch
don't
chat?
know.
There's something. Is using something to send commands to multiple accounts considered botting? No, that is not. It's something different. It's called
It's,
IS Boxing or
input
input
correct.
broadcasting.
It's called
Still
the
legal,
account.
Input
but
broadcast.
it's not the
It's
same.
input broadcasting,
Yeah,
and that's
input
also
broadcast
not
is-
okay. But it's a different
Not
thing.
allowed.
it's
Anything
different.
that alters the client outside of the way it's meant to be altered as well.
Derek, where are all these kids? I want to see your crazy kids at your house.
Well, I'd like to
doing
tell you,
that.
you were always like, "Where's all these chicks?" Like Brisk. Where are you?
I said
But you know,
kids.
Brisk is like, "Yeah, bring all the high
I
school."
just had my
I want to see
down
Dirk
here.
Jr.'s kids.
I guess they're
friends.
college kids.
Your office.
I want to see them.
I'm like, I can't even
Hit or
breathe here
miss.
right now.
Hit or miss.
I guess they've never
Oh
been.
shit, I had it ready.
All good.
Got a
Look
boyfriend.
at him, he's got that shit on
that
Oh,
point.
look,
kiss
10:30.
ya.
10:31. 10:31 Eastern time.
Is that a time?
I can still read the fucking clock.
Hey yo,
Good job,
Reload
Derek.
in chat has it. By the way, Reload's gonna be at Eve Toronto for those going to
Oh,
Eve North.
nice.
This I
Hell
want to say
yeah.
this month, which is
We
in
are
like
so
3 weeks.
deep into the
It's not
fucking
this month.
under 1 month.
Not
countdown.
quite yet. 3 weeks.
However, I do want to fucking announce that next week on the fucking show, we will have people on here from Eve North,
Yes.
Eve Toronto, like but bigger, and we're gonna talk about the.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Hello? Hello? Hold on, everyone. I gotta restart my TeamSpeak, I think. Oh, wait. There we back. We're
No,
back.
You're
No.
unfrozen now.
Hold,
You
okay.
don't,
Hold
because
on,
we're
hold
still
on,
here.
hold on,
It
Dirk,
goes up
Dirk,
for a
Dirk. I think my internet connection had a big old hiccup because Zoom froze and TeamSpeak froze, and you all just cut out. So repeat what you just said. Now that we're back.
See, people out there going F1 for Dirk.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
bless.
Well, no, it's because
God
you're like
bless,
what,
King Aries.
and then like you froze.
Nobody's
and,
ever
like,
said that.
Like I was still, yeah. So anyway, we're back now. What were you saying?
I don't know, dude. I think what was they talking about? Fucking how Eve Toronto.
Oh
is
shit!
next
Did we
week,
just
or,
have the
like,
first ever
It's
Dirk,
not next week.
Dirk
They're
Ray
coming
gets
next
muted?
week.
Like not intentionally,
No,
like the
June 7th, so
unintentional
it's
Dirk.
gonna be a week from tonight. Everybody's on next week.
Okay, yeah. So Eve North.
I'm so confused now. Like, where are we?
Yeah.
Where are
Talking about Eve North.
I was.
Are we
confused.
talking about how
They're coming
Eve
on
North
next
is
week.
in like 3 weeks? But next week on the Open Com show, we're gonna have people that are here from Eve Toronto to like talk about the nitty gritty about what we're doing. Like even on Thursday night, even before some of you get in and wish you had gotten there, the rest of us will still be there because we always go a day early at least for an Eve event.
Yes. So I'll be there Thursday.
I'll be there
Eve
Thursday as well.
Toronto.
Yeah, Thursday.
I
Yes!
am doing
I'll be there
karaoke.
Thursday.
I know all of you bitches will fucking be there. You know
Shut
why?
the fuck up, Dirk. I'm
Because
doing
you're
karaoke.
open
Yeah.
moms
Dirk!
like a motherfucker.
We're doing open comms at karaoke midnight at Bar Plus on Yonge Street at
Yep.
fucking Friday
We're doing
midnight
open
to
comms
2
there?
a.m. Yeah, we're fucking doing it. We're gonna just
Nani?
do some rapping.
We're just
some
gonna
Nicki Minaj.
karaoke the whole thing.
We're just gonna. We should tell. Are we telling Stream
I
Feed
wanna
they need to bring all their
karaoke Drayton.
equipment to the bar? That would be awesome. What if they could like bring their equipment to the bar? We could have like a live.
I mean,
You know,
I
like
could
we always
ask
joke
them.
that their show's like a bar setting. We could actually have it in a bar. Probably wouldn't work.
Wouldn't you say Eve North was?
June.
June 20th through the
20th?
24th
Yeah.
is when I'm gonna be there.
Rain's giving her fucking travel dates. I'm flying in on Minnesota
I-
Airlines level 3.
I think it's the
Meet me at the
21st. The
airport.
21st to the 23rd. I think is the actual dates of the event. Or is it the 20th?
I'm in
Yeah.
the back part of the plane, so I'll be a little late. But if you're there at the taco stand,
We don't have taco
Yep.
stands.
I'm still pretty sure I'm not coming, so I'm sorry.
Why?
Oh,
Fuck you,
Chris.
Chris.
Damn.
We were.
I
gonna
kinda
have-
wanna go.
We were gonna.
Here's
have
the
any
problem.
You got
show.
3
here's
weeks.
the worst part. And here's the worst part. If Chris fucking rolls us up the week before, going, "But I'm coming," we will have all seen it, right? Because we know he's that kind of personality.
Yep.
We
It's
were
possible.
So close to
I'm
having.
not going to say I'm not coming, but let me just say that
I swear
every
to
time I talk
fucking
to my
God.
wife about I want to
You're
go
gonna
to
get a-
Toronto,
you're gonna get
she
a
freaks out.
Why?
You're gonna get a TV
Well, what's
smack
to
in the
freak
face
out about?
one way or the other.
The problem is I'm going to Vegas and I'm going to London, and she
Hey,
doesn't
same.
want me to do like 15 events this year.
Tell her to fucking join you.
She doesn't want to come to Canada.
What the fuck?
Whoa!
Why not?
Whoa.
She's
Hey.
got work and shit, and the dog. And
sorry.
it's mainly the dog.
There's no work in
So-
Canada.
It's not the
Toby.
fucking dog.
Just
You
get
know
a
your wife
babysitter.
doesn't give a shit about the
It's
fucking dog.
it's the dog. My wife cares more about the dog than me. So
Get a
she doesn't
babysitter
want
for
to.
your kid, for your
with the
dog,
dog.
for your
Take care of
house.
Brisk Jr.
Yeah.
I like Toronto. Toronto's not a bad town. I haven't been there in 20 years, but I like it.
Time out.
What?
He just said it. You're not calling your kid fucking Brisk Jr. Okay? You're calling your kid the fucking Brisket. And
Oh
no,
my
no, no.
god.
The brisket?
My kid's
The brisket.
My kid already has a gamer name that we use in everything, and it's No Glass.
No
because when this is the funny story.
Anti-tribute?
No, it's funny. Like when he was in preschool.
Fuck.
When he was in preschool, he went to a birthday party for a bunch of kids that were in his preschool, and the family of the kid that he was friends with was Chinese, and they've since moved back to China. We miss him. He was a great friend of Nick's. But they didn't know how to spell Nicholas, and they spelled his name No Glass on the invite, and that has been his nickname in video games ever since.
Then.
They couldn't spell Nicholas, so they spelled No Glass, and that's been his nickname. No Glass the Destroyer is what I call him. One of our nicknames.
No Glass.
Holy shit. Should he not be the fucking Imperium's goddamn mascot right
I know,
now?
right? Seriously.
Get your
No Glass the
kid
Destroyer.
on the front. Like, when the Matani, like, comes onto the, like, meta show one weekend, he should just hold up the picture of a, like, small child.
No Glass.
Simba style. Like,
No glass.
green
Circle
screen his
of
way
life.
onto a cliff. Like,
Circle of life.
Yeah, No Glass, the first
Holy
of his
shit.
name.
You guys may think I talk shit, but right now I am high as fuck.
Dude,
Is it a contact high?
Literally,
Wait,
my
what?
fucking apartment. I don't have an apartment.
Yeah, is
my
it your
little
apartment?
fucking like lower
My
level
apartment.
man cave kind of shit right now. I can't even breathe here, and I'm smoking a cigarette.
There's too many dabs happening
There you
over
go.
there.
The fuck? Did nobody close my door? Shit.
Damn.
You gotta let him in now. Then, if you're already, it's already done.
I'm
It's a let him in.
saying that human beings from this world are here, and you know what? Twitch, you may not love us, but like, you know what? Human beings.
That's the funny thing about Washington now that shit's legal over here. No one gives a fuck about dabbing and all that. People are just like, yeah, fuck it, it's just legal. It's like,
Man, I can't wait to get to
Illinois.
fucking Canada at
Illinois
the end of
just
the month.
legalized it. Come
Yeah,
on,
like-
Illinois.
When I get
Well,
to
yeah, but
Canada,
Washington was one of
you
the first.
motherfuckers, I swear to God, I am like throwing some maple syrup ass shit up in that joint.
like I'm just saying, like,
I
up
want
here,
some
it's,
maple
Are we
syrup.
also going to sing while we're there?
up
Ray?
here, it's gotten to the point where it's
Yeah,
like,
I told you,
weed is
karaoke
no
Friday
longer
night,
this,
midnight till, like,
impressive
3 a.m.
thing. It's just like, yeah, fuck it, it's sweet. Like even the people that don't smoke, they're like, yeah, fuck it.
if you
it's
want to
sweet,
go to
no
the
one
pub
cares.
crawl, you can go to the pub
Do
crawl.
it or don't. No one
Come back
cares.
karaoke after.
Number one, Rain. We have never said on this fucking show, if you want to go do this fun thing, go do this. No, don't go do that before. Like, don't tell people to not go do the thing, the pub crawl. So they can
Yeah, I
get
got
to
you.
like
Lou. No, you can do the pub
early
crawl.
sign up at the
No,
fucking
I
karaoke.
signed up for the pub crawl, and I'm doing karaoke. So karaoke can't start till I'm there, and I have timed it properly because I worked with Ivy, who's like coordinating everything, so that we can both do the pub crawl and do karaoke. If you want to just continue where the pub crawl is, you can do that. If you want to do karaoke exclusively, you can do that. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
However, 3 weeks.
However,
Hell yeah, reload.
Fucking Reload. Reload is out there right now. He has literally got an NBA team that could potentially win the fucking title for the first
last
time.
6
For the
years.
first time for a bunch of people who only ice skate. And he's like, fuck yeah, Eve North is coming.
I'm getting.
I really hope that I can convince my wife to let me come because I would like to see you guys again. Since Dirk and you pussies aren't doing Vegas this year.
I am.
But we'll
Hey, I
see.
don't have money.
I want to go.
I'm doing Vegas. Oh wait, I fucking
Well,
live
that's
here.
not. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Blast them.
Driving
15
downtown
minutes.
is what you're doing.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm not
driving
doing
across
fucking
town.
Vegas this year. I'm gonna lay my shit all out there 100% on the fucking Canada Star.
And I've done Vegas the last like what 5-6 years in a row.
I know. Dude,
it's
you were
not
there
only
with me.
I don't have
You
the
No,
and
money.
me.
Drain,
It's
Drain's
first.
doing the cruise though.
Yeah, I
Not the
wouldn't.
first, but, like,
I
I
Cruise
wouldn't
is gonna
have-
be fun as fuck.
Like I'm saving up for a house, so I don't want to spend the money. I can't go to Vegas, and also I don't even have the paid time off. Like I'm with all the paid time off, I'm using for Toronto.
Dude, your
cruise.
dad owns the company.
That don't mean shit, dude. My dad.
Talk to your fucking mother. You get paid time off.
No, I get 3 weeks of paid time off a year, and that's it. That's
Yo, the cruise, Jaden.
But yeah, I got the
though.
cruise. The cruise is coming up in like just under a month, so that's a thing. The Toronto, and then I'm doing the trip to Colorado for a hike up that mountain. So,
Man, I would love for there to be Eve DC. I would get you guys so many hookups.
Hold on.
So much fun
Number
if you
one,
came to town.
let's go then.
One, you
Organize
fucking
it, Brisk.
high-rolling motherfucker.
You gotta come.
Here's the fucking deal. You want an EDC back when Sugar Kyle ran it fucking years ago? Why don't you roll a fucking EDC?
Yeah, Brisk, just run
I
it.
should
We'll
have.
show up.
You
We'll
can
show up.
actually walk into a joint and be like, look, I've got some natty light drinking motherfuckers that want to come in here.
Natty Light.
oh god,
Don't embarrass us, Dirk. That's almost as bad as drinking
Oh,
vodka water.
I know. I was trying to throw it out there to the young
I'd rather
people.
drink vodka
Hello,
water
young
than
people.
natty light, natty
But
ice,
you,
whatever.
Brisk, you've got some like baller fucking roll out there.
Gotta
You
come
want,
out.
Pick a fucking Northern Virginia
Do it,
city
I'll
that's
go to
not
DC.
quite in
Look,
Maryland.
we
I
do
have friends in DC.
we do a fan like a like a meetup every month, and I've been once or twice. I haven't been in a while because I haven't had a chance to get over there. Everybody's been bugging me, but I want to go
Well,
do it.
while you were CSM,
But we
you
should
didn't
do a
have chance.
big Eve event in Washington with everybody because it's easy to get to and there's cool shit
I
to
was a
see.
proponent of Eve
Come on.
Northeast being, or not Eve Northeast, Eve East Coast back when they were calling that being
Right.
Washington D.C.
They
I
should
think
do
this
it.
Would, this
It's
would
centralized,
be the year to front off
easy.
how America is with statues and shit.
I could get you guys I could get you guys a White House tour. I could get you guys
why
a
don't you
Capitol
make it
tour.
high
I could
class
get you
and
a
put
ton
it
of
in
shit.
Baltimore?
Holy shit!
DC
where were you? On
DC is
CSM?
very easy to get to.
Baltimore
There
food
are-
is so
Where
good,
were you
though.
on
There are
CSM
3
is that?
airports.
I've always
There's
heard Baltimore's
trains,
garbage.
there's
I've never been to the East
everything.
Coast.
Old Bay,
You can
Old
get
Bay
a,
is
you can
fucking
get a
delicious.
White
Old Bay's
House
good as
tour,
shit.
and you didn't tell fucking CCP guard when he was working there. You can get a White House.
Of course I
tour?
told him. Of course I told him. Guard knows that.
Brisk, organize a DC meetup. I'll show up.
We have DC meetups all the time. I don't need to
Well,
do
They
at
literally
me
have
then.
them like.
that. But
I
I'll
think
bug you
monthly.
if you guys want to come. You guys
Yeah,
should
I'll
come visit.
show up. I'll
that's-
show up.
that's
I got
across
2
the
guest
hall.
rooms in the house. You can stay with me.
Hell yeah.
I am so going to fucking stay with Brisk. And you know what, Brisk? Your wife and I are
What?
gonna sit there and drink fucking Zinfandel or whatever the fuck it is she drinks.
Zima.
No.
She's
no.
not a
my
Zima
wife.
girl.
My wife is classy.
She's classy. She's
Moscato.
like into the
Or-
wine. No, she's not Moscato.
You want-
Moscato's a dip
Fuck
down
you.
from Zin.
Yo,
Arbor,
fuck
Arbor
off.
Mist
Moscato's number
wine
one.
coolers.
No.
And believe me, fucking Mrs. McGurk used to be a Zin girl. She's like, fuck it, Moscato.
My
Moscato's
wife
fucking
in her when she was in college, one of her jobs she did on the side was she went and got her sommelier's like pin and documents and everything, so she knows everything about wine. Everything I know about wine I learned from my wife, so she likes good shit.
By the way,
Never
I
know.
am too fucking high. Game of Thrones. You know what? It ended up as fine as
Is it
was.
time? 15
Whatever.
minutes?
No,
We got
it's
it.
not.
No, it's
It's
Chernobyl.
not.
I
It's
want to talk
It's
about
not.
Chernobyl now.
Chernobyl is
Chernobyl,
literally
yes.
this week and
I gotta start watching
next week.
Chernobyl. You guys keep talking about it. I haven't watched it yet.
Dude, it's
Yes,
so
yes,
fucking
yes,
Spoiler
yes,
for
yes.
you.
We're
Don't
going-
listen, we'll spoil
And
it.
then,
Chernobyl time?
dude, and then, dude, where's my Triglavian fucking invasion?
Are we? Are we?
I've got a
Those are the
spoiler
3
for
things
Chernobyl.
you guys gotta watch.
Are we?
I gotta
Yeah.
fucking like
It exploded.
go. I think.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, really.
Oh man. I feel like the words in that
The
are
good
different
old
than the ones
days.
that I looked up, because I remember when I was doing the MacTep joke thing back in the day, I actually looked up the Russian national anthem.
My
so I
favorite
could
thing
do
is
it.
just telling people not to spoil Chernobyl, which was a
Right.
It's
right.
it's like a fiction show based on an actual event.
It's
It
not.
makes it funny.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Are they gonna be
The
okay?
show is fictional. The show is fictional.
It is.
It's not a
It's
documentary.
fictional to the
it is a
point.
fictional.
No. It's not a documentary. A lot of the facts are close. The things that are Hollywooded up and dramatized is the dialogue, because that's not fully documented. At least
It's a
not,
docudrama.
It's a docudrama. So
No.
it's a lot of the events are pretty close to accurate, not fully. But some of the stuff, like, so the dialogue is made up, and also, especially like the way the radiation affects the people. Like, you see a lot of they overhype the radiation burns.
No. So the way the firefighters, what happened to the firefighters was historically accurate because his wife actually wrote a book about it.
Right.
Yeah,
You're
but
talking
people
about when
don't
they sent
melt.
them in there and they got
People don't
irradiated?
melt from
There is a
radiation
made-up
burns.
character, of course. The female nuclear scientist. She's a made-up character. That's been said.
She's
That's
to
the amalgamation of like about 30 or 40
yeah.
different scientists kind of in one, because you can't take
That's not atypical though. for
200 scientists and condense it into the show. So you got to take it from
Right.
one scientist's point of view.
A lot of movies do that. They take
Well, and the
three
other
or
thing
four
is, like-
different characters and combine them into one.
Well, what I was
character
saying with the
just to make
radiation
a
burns
movie
is that
workable.
the radiation burns make them look like they've been dumped in vats of like super acids, and that's not how radiation like burns work. They're not that severe.
The blackening of the
the
skin
blackening is
accurate.
real, but like the whole thing where like his face was melting apart and all this stuff. And, like
That's,
the guy
that's
that
pretty
picked,
dramatic.
That's over the top, because the guy that like
Okay,
picked up the firefighter that picked up the piece of graphite, and then like 10 minutes later his hand, like he takes his glove off and like half of his hand is like melted down to the bone. He's like dripping, and no, that doesn't happen. It can burn you, it can blister you like a really bad sunburn, and it
Yeah, it
makes
was
you
the
really
blisters.
sick, and it fucks you up and can fuck with stuff, but like it doesn't make your body deteriorate and like break down and melt. That's not how radiation burns work. At least not
Pretty much your internal organs shut down. They don't burn away to absolutely nothing.
It
So,
does
curiosity
destroy
question.
tissue, but not to that degree. And basically, because it can destroy tissue internally, your brain would be basically liquefied before your body started melting. Like you would.
You don't see the
dead.
graphite because the graphite's not
Yeah,
there.
you would be dead before you physically started melting from radiation.
Curiosity question. So like the firefighter's wife, of how the baby or the fetus absorbed all the radiation, was that accurate at all?
The baby died from what some of the historical things I've found. Yes, so I don't know if it absorbed the
Okay.
radiation, but I think she just miscarried because all the tissue around her uterus just failed, right?
Okay, that makes sense.
Wait, what?
The wife
She-
of the
she
firefighter, she
miscarried.
was
Oh.
she was too close to the firefighter.
I guess I
So
haven't
they-
finished I
yeah.
haven't finished episode 4, but that's fine.
Oh shit, yeah.
I'm
So, yeah,
like
they
2/3 of the way
allude to
through it,
that.
and then I think I stopped it. But I knew that there was gonna be complications with that because she was in the thing with him, and he was like touching her stomach, and I was like, yeah, that's like foreshadowing
think-
if anyone hasn't seen it before. So
And I think the most depressing thing is that like a lot of these people, like so the miners, the people who went on the roof, etc., like they did all this work to actually like save the world technically from all this radiation, and then like they got no credit and no compensation for it till like years and years and years later. Like
So
I
you-
find that part the most depressing.
So whenever I don't know if we're talking about the
Uh-oh.
TV show, but if you're talking
shit,
about
we
the
got
actual,
the conga line of
Apparently,
Oh, wow.
I still had my camera up, which I'm gonna
Oh,
be completely fucking honest. I thought I shut down a little while ago.
Hi, Twitch
That being
chat.
said,
Hey guys,
it's the
What the
party
hell?
down in the dirt cave.
Titties.
we like that. All of them are famous friends.
right now, I'd like. Okay, I don't even fucking know. Okay, anyways, I was looking at
Wow.
my fucking like Twitter,
Wait, where is it?
and sat there and said, okay,
What?
apparently all these. I'm like, look, before I leave.
Was she flashing a gang sign?
Hey, there we go.
Are we allowed to do gang signs on the show?
No,
Like
we're
that?
not. That being said, I saw my Twitter and it sat there and said, yeah, but we're all the fucking people. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not fucking lying. There's like people.
How has McGurk
That's a
Jr.
big-ass
explained what you
piece,
do
Dirk.
on
You
Friday
got a
nights
piece of it
to
on the
her
desk?
friends?
yo, look at this guy in the back with the flat billed hat
terribly
though.
fucking 8 years old when all this fucking began.
You judge him,
so
buddy?
It's like,
There
whatever.
we
Very
go.
much so, yeah.
All right. Anyways,
I'm
yeah.
flashing back to what it was like to be in high school.
I actually had one.
You
that I
know.
wanted to fucking interview and like have like people talk to.
Says
her.
the college
Like,
kid.
Like I'm not gonna do that now because now I can't fucking hear. But like whatever.
Tell him to suck my dick, Dirk.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm,
Ray.
not, I'm not gonna do that, Rain.
Yeah,
'Cause
be
you know
nice,
what?
Rain.
'Cause you know what?
God.
I'm not completely fucking crazy.
Are we just gonna have like dancing?
See, now everybody in fucking Twitch chat thinks you sound kind of crazy though. What the fuck?
I mean, a little bit.
My mom can do it.
All right.
Really? Yes.
I may personally myself.
McGurk Jr.
Dirk, are you
I think that
partying
Drayden
with
will
like
still be up.
non-21-year-olds? Are they not 21?
They might not
No,
be.
they're not
They're
21.
college kids, so they're
They're
over
not.
18.
They're
It's
they're McGurk Jr.'s
Cousins-
friends. They're 19.
All right, it's cousins
Jesus.
and like people from college and shit like that. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. Probably,
Reload.
Except for this guy with his fucking hat with labels
Reload.
on. Why do people wear hats with labels now? I don't
They're
get
fucking idiots.
Oh, no.
You mean
That's a thing, dude.
Like a sticker
It's a
label?
thing.
Like a sticker
They
label?
leave the stickers on. It drives me
Yeah,
fucking
I've
crazy.
seen that.
Prove
I
it's
don't-
authentic. I
Fucking
guess.
brisk kids these days with their hats with stickers and shit.
get off my lawn.
Old man.
Yo.
Gotta
roll,
cloud.
gotta roll.
Get off my
Back in my day,
lawn.
we used to curve
Not
our
my
bills.
country.
What do I have to actually
I
click
still do
here? Do you people click things? I'm not clicking TeamSpeak. Fuck that. I can come back with voice. But like, honestly, did I not click my fucking camera off before?
Nope,
No.
you did not.
It was on this entire time.
Why didn't Rain call me and be like, "Yo,
FBI
Dirk, your camera's still on"?
They're
You
not
came
that
back
young.
on camera. You weren't like hanging out in the
Remember
background.
Rain?
They're in their 20s, early 20s, late.
These kids.
Early 20s, they're like barely Alpha Star pilot age.
Well, I'm saying they're
Wow.
probably 19 to 21
Hey
in there.
now,
Whoa,
you
what
were
happened
on
to your
Alpha
camera?
Whoa, what the
Star
fuck?
pilot
Whoa,
earlier.
whoa,
Whoa, what
Hey yo,
happened?
gotta
Dirk?
get him
We
young.
lost it, Dirk.
Oh, we lost Dirk.
Oh shit, we lost the Dirk.
Yeah, on video.
Rain is now
Oh.
brisk.
I
What
was
the
like
fuck?
communicating that for like 38 seconds.
Oh man,
What's
I
wrong with
wasn't
being a
listening.
cougar,
What
buddy?
happened?
Brisk is
Everything's
now
fucked
brisk.
up. Who left?
What had happened?
Sorry, I
was-
hit the
oh
thing.
shit!
Holy
started-
shit, you
it
completely
started the
rebooted.
I just restarted the whole show.
It started the intro. Sorry, I had the intro
Dude,
active
do you
on that
have the
one.
It's
intro?
still wrong.
Play the
Trayden.
intro again.
No, the intro was active on that
Can I
scene, so
get
when I
a
switched to it,
what?
automatically started the intro. I could fix
We're not
this.
even at the end of the show, and everything has gone
It's
to hell
pretty
already.
close.
It's all going to fucking
Damn,
hell.
Rain.
We have
totally
8
went-
minutes
Watchable.
left.
You know those
And you
guys,
guys-
in right now that are looking over us, our monitors? They're just not happy, man. They're just sitting there going, you know what,
Unbelievable.
you're getting less than the take this week.
Oh man, we're getting no take.
We're getting less of the take than we had before.
Do we? Okay, that's fine.
Oh fuck! Where were we?
Chernobyl.
I don't
Whoa.
remember.
I
Okay,
don't
by
even
the
know.
way, Chernobyl, I just want to weep one out for. Fuck that shit.
I
You
am
know,
now
I'll pull it
hiding
out
behind
for-
Blastum.
Hello, Lady Scarlet.
Hello.
Hey, lady.
Hey,
How are
she
you?
made it.
Hey, yellow.
You know what, lady? I want to thank you very much for coming on, but you showed up a little fucking late. How about that?
Oh, Reload's here too.
Shit, better late than never, right?
Told you that tacos come before comes.
Taco Friday.
Tacos.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good prioritization.
I have like 14 grilled cheese in my refrigerator because it was
What the?
last day of school today, and
Why
we had
did
a
you
party for
even-
all the kids, and we gave them grilled cheese. And
Why
I had
would
a
you
lot
make
of grilled cheese
14 grilled cheese?
Because there were a lot of grilled cheese left.
That's I would make.
People
14
want
Wait,
grilled
wait.
cheese.
You're saying that leftovers is 14 grilled cheese?
So that means
Did you
you,
cook
there was
like
a lot
20
more that got 8.
sandwiches? Yeah, like 20,
I might
30
be
sandwiches.
exaggerating the numbers. It might actually only be like 5. But
What kind of
it feels
cheese
like
you
14.
put on
That's
grilled
a,
cheeses?
okay, that's a big difference.
You do 4 cheese, my guy. 4 cheese grilled cheeses are the
Yeah.
truth.
Oh, dude, that
Chris?
sounds really good.
Put 4 cheese in there.
You put ham on it?
No, these are just like regular.
Grilled cheese and ham is great.
What do you mean regular? Like processed cheese slices? Like 64 slices of American cheese? Is that what you fucking did? How dare you?
Why is Brisk blast him?
I switched,
What am I
just
doing?
switched it.
Yeah.
The funny
Oh,
thing is, it's
God
always
damn it.
Brisk that has the wrong name.
Where did Dirk go? Did I miss this?
He's
just
partying
turned his
with
camera
the
off.
college kids.
Oh God, he turned his
Classic
camera off.
Dirk.
All right.
There we go. It'll be rollerblade.
So, lady, how do you feel about having so many people running for CSM this time? It's got to be exciting, right?
You know, I think it's pretty cool. It shows a lot of people who are actually interested in trying to improve the game.
See, I want to vote for Blazing Bunny right now because I think he's pretty cool. He had a good time on the
Hey.
show tonight.
See,
I like
I
him.
want to have this dude fucking sit down right now. He's like, "You game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking play EVE Online." He goes, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, exactly.
Bog in,
That
Dirk,
You
makes
don't?
bog
Do you
in.
play Fortnite, Dirk?
By the
Let's
way,
go play some
10:54
Fortnite
PM
together.
By
Yeah.
the way, at 10:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Daylight Time. Okay.
He's
uh,
just playing
the after
Fortnite,
show is
flossing
gonna be
on
this
people.
guy going, "What the fuck is EVE Online?" And you guys all taking him through the fucking motions.
Yo,
Fucking millennials.
I would,
Yeah, we'll make
I
him
would
make a new
subscribe
character.
if we
and We'll
just,
take him to the
if
new
we just
player experience.
yeah,
I
just
can't
pull
teach these
randoms
people
and make them
myself.
play
I
Eve.
need you all here with
Oh,
me.
nice. I'm afraid that like Dirk's off camera and he's like positioning people in the room. I don't know what's gonna happen.
It's gonna be bad. Whatever
Very
happens, it's
scary.
gonna be bad.
Is that why he has dual personalities here?
Well, he
yeah,
has 2 because one was his wife, so she could hear,
Yeah.
but she only stayed for like 5 minutes.
It really is sad because I want to let some of you know, based on the time of fucking night it is, they don't even watch Game of Thrones. They don't just not play Eve.
Well, it's over.
They don't
What
watch
the
Game of
fuck?
Thrones.
Dude,
This
because
this
they were 11
generation.
years old
You know
when
what
it
they're
started.
watching?
Why the fuck
They're
would they
watching
watch
the
it?
fucking Cosby Show on
It had
Netflix.
boobs in it. Like that's why you watch it when you're a kid.
They don't watch
okay.
these things.
Hey,
like my
I used
wife
to
and I
watch
were all
Cinemax
souped up about
Scramble.
like, Game of Thrones.
Well, of course,
And my daughter's
Scramble was like a thing.
Wasn't
none
that
of my
wasn't that a
friends
good
watched that.
good day though, right? You stay up a little bit too late as a kid, and all of a sudden Skinamax come on.
Yeah,
the following program
I
is
remember,
rated
yeah, like-
is not rated.
Yeah, when
So,
my
Dirk, what do they do? Do they play with Snapchat or some shit like that?
Dude, number
Play
one,
with Snapchat.
They're
How the fuck
always on
old are you?
Snapchat.
Pretty much,
Watching,
reload.
they're watching
Wow,
old
with the-
shows. They're
with all the
watching
filters,
shit on
playing with
Netflix.
Snapchat's a thing,
They
like-
grew up in high school now, not just being poor people that have gone on to life afterwards and don't have enough money in their wallet to even buy cable TV. They've translated that down to people that are in high school and junior high. They literally start off just watching their parents' Netflix of old movies and old TV shows.
Well, they're
Like,
doing the
they're
stuff that, I
coming
mean, like,
out of the box.
but this is the
so
thing. The funny thing
fucking
is, like, when we
sad.
were kids, we watched reruns on like the UHF channel. So that's how I watched shit like
No, we
fucking
watched
Barney
porn on
Miller
the UHF
and
channel. Stop it.
no, you watched the old shows because that was like Big Valley and Bonanza and fucking westerns and shit.
Dude,
and
I
Star
watched
Trek
Bonanza
because
while
those
I
were
tried
those were
to
the
get
shows
to
that
sleep.
were
Shut
on
the fuck up.
like that were different than the main shows that are on like at 8 o'clock at night. Now they just watch all the shit that we used to watch when we were kids
Here's
on the main
what I'm
channels on
trying
Netflix.
to tell all of you Eve marketers and all that kind of fucking shit. These kids don't watch what we like. They don't watch. They don't play the games. Like they're in a completely fucking different
You
realm out
need
there.
a Snapchat filter that turns you into
If
an
you can
Eve
Snapchat
character.
your ass,
Then you're good. Then you're good. Then you're set.
Fuck yeah.
That's what you got. Like
So-
a
Fucking ruin
Snapchat
somebody's
filter that
life.
puts you in like a Triglavian fucking outfit. There you go.
So the other
Kids would love
night
it.
they had a Archie Bunker and Jefferson redo.
That was a great. Those were both
And
great
my
shows.
daughter came
Don't
in.
say a redo. It was live on stage.
Yes, it was. And my
And I
daughter
was
came
not
in
playing
and
Archie
thought I
Bunker.
was absolutely crazy watching it because she did not think it was funny at all.
We used to watch that. That stuff was hilarious when we were kids because it was like, all right, this is what the adults watched when I was
Because
when I was younger.
like when I'm going to public
Oh,
school.
Archie.
Talking in public
I
school,
used-
Dirk.
We used to watch Hill Street Blues with my dad and a bunch of other old shows like that because
MASH.
that's what everybody watched. MASH, yeah, MASH
wow,
was huge.
man.
And Lady is actually coming at this from the standpoint of, but if I thought about it at the time, what would I have thought?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right? Like, if I thought about it, if I knew yesterday what I knew today, I would have reacted entirely differently to Archie Bunker.
Yeah, probably. And yes, to Dukes of Hazzard, the guy typing there.
Wait a minute. Oh,
Oh,
time
fucking
out,
Dukes of
time out,
Hazzard was such
time
a
out.
good
It was
show.
goddamn Dodge
Oh my
Challenger.
God.
Don't fuck with
Daisy
that.
Dukes.
Shows that I miss more than anything: Dukes of Hazzard, BJ and the Bear, and fucking Greatest American Hero were the so good shows when I was a kid. I used to wait up for them all the time.
I
And
don't
then
think
Knight
I was-
Rider, Knight Rider
Drake-
was so freaking good.
I wasn't
18,
even
I ju-
born for
I-
any of those.
I
Chips
just-
was awesome too.
I just want to say, later bitches, it was the end of the fucking show before I rip into fucking Brisk for being a Chips racist.
What's wrong with Chips? You don't like Chips?
Later, bitches.
You know what? BJ and the Bear.
BJ and the Bear was a good show. Don't
Grizzly
you fucking talk
Adams.
shit
I
about
was gonna
BJ and
say
the Bear.
Grizzly
All right, fuck you all, Grizzly Adams.
Magnum PI was
This
great
is
too.
why I'm saying, you know what, Drayden?
Airwolf was
Drag
fucking
this shit
badass.
to the second derivative.
All right,
of
all right.
your
We're
game.
gonna, yeah.
Shots,
that's-
let's end the show.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll do shots.
Good night,
for the road,
everybody.
And then we'll move this shit to after.
Later,
Later,
bitches.
I
Later,
will
bitches.
not
Later,
allow
bitches.
this to happen on.
All right, later, bitches. Love you guys. Thank you.
HR Puffin stuff was another good show.
You know what?